Delta Force Black Hawk Down, developed by Novalogic, who primarily develop military vehicle simulators such as the Comanche series, which is a flight simulator series that focuses on helicopter combat. The series is based on the US Army Comanche stealth reconnaissance and attack helicopter. The Armored Fist series, which is a tank simulation and strategy series that focuses on armored combat. It primarily features American tanks, but also some Cold War era Soviet tanks. They also developed a number of flight simulators based on different jet fighters, such as the F-22 Raptor, the MiG-29, and the F-16 Fighting Falcon. Black Hawk Down is a part of the extensive Delta Force series, which is a series of tactical shooters. In total, there are 10 games in the series, produced from 1998 to 2024. Novalogic used the Voxel Space Engine to develop Delta Force 1 and 2. The Voxel Space Engine uses voxels instead of polygons to render its landscapes. Characters, vehicles, structures, and other details are however polygonal. For Delta Force Land Warrior, the Voxel Space Engine was no longer used, and the landscapes were also polygonal. The engine used for Black Hawk Down is simply referred to as the Black Hawk Down engine, which is an engine based on the engine used for Comanche 4. And I'd imagine that the Comanche 4 engine is an improved engine based on the original Voxel Space Engine. The title Black Hawk Down is taken from the book written by Mark Bowden and not the movie directed by Ridley Scott. Black Hawk Down was first released for Windows on the 25th of March 2003. The company Aspire ported the game to Mac, and that port was released on the 5th of July 2004. The PlayStation 2 and the Xbox versions were ported by Rebellion Developments, and those two ports were released on the 26th of July 2005. These titles were the best-selling games in 2003. In terms of sales, the exact number of copies sold is unknown, but the game did receive a Silver Sales Award by the UK, which is awarded at 100,000 copies sold in the United Kingdom. Black Hawk Down received a teen rating for blood and violence. An interesting fact about the multiplayer portion of the console versions is that Black Hawk Down supported up to 50 players in a single match, which broke the world record for the largest console multiplayer matches back in 2005. For this review, I used the Steam version, which is version 1.5.0.5.
Somalia is reeling from years of famine and constant fighting between clans. 300,000 are reported dead. There is no central government. The U.S. Army's 10th Mountain Division deploys to the region as part of a multinational peacekeeping force. Mohammed Farrar Adid, militia leader of the Haber clan, orders an attack on a UN relief shipment, killing 24 Pakistani soldiers. In response to the continued Haber threat, Task Force Ranger is sent to Mogadishu with the sole purpose of capturing Adid. This force is comprised of U.S. Army Rangers and operators from the 1st Special Forces Operational Detachment, Delta, an elite fighting unit also known as Delta Force.
Black Hawk Down is set during the United Nations intervention in the Somali Civil War from 1992 to 1995. Throughout the game, you partake in different missions carried out by American military units such as the 10th Mountain Division, the Delta Force, and the 3rd Ranger Battalion. The primary faction that you fight against is the Somali National Alliance, which is a faction consisting of a number of Somali clans. General Aidid, a member of the Habar Gidir clan, is one of their leaders. The game doesn't have a story in the traditional sense. The game is a collection of random missions that primarily focuses on gameplay rather than story. Some missions are completely fictional, some are loosely based on reality, and some are completely based on real-life events. In total, there are 16 missions available. The first 10 missions are completely fictional or loosely based on reality. The 5 missions that follow are based on Operation Gothic Serpent, which turned into the Battle of Mogadishu, also known as the Black Hawk Down incident. This is basically one long mission split into 5 parts. The final mission is a alternative history mission where you break into General Aidid's hidden compound and assassinate him. In Mission 1, you help a UN food and medical supply convoy to reach its destination. You provide additional firepower from a Humvee, on foot, and from a Black Hawk helicopter.
All right, men, let's load them up. I'll brief you on our mission as you head out. Coach, stay on that 50 with Team 1. Let's move!
Command, this is Convoy Lead. We're heading out now.
Copy, Convoy Lead. Keep us apprised of your progress. Team 1, listen up. A relief convoy bound for Quarley has broken down and is taking enemy fire. You are to proceed to their position and provide security until a mechanic can get them rolling again. Understood?
Roger that, Command. Any idea what they're up against?
Negative, Team 1, but UN convoy trucks are getting their tires or engine blocks shot out almost daily. When the trucks stop to repair, the food and medical supplies are stolen. You are authorized to fire upon any armed enemy forces you encounter.
Understood, Command.
There's the convoy. Get ready to set up a defensive perimeter. Team 1, stay on the 50 for now. What's the ETA on the repairs?
Sir, I'm back here with the half-ton. Damage doesn't look too bad. Give me a couple minutes and we'll be back in business.
Copy that.
Here comes another technical. Take those guys out!
Dismount the Humvee and continue on foot. Copy, Goal 3. Coach, leave the Humvee and get to the next rally point. Enemy command vehicles are there.
Roger, Convoy Lead. Team 1 is moving out.
How's that repair coming?
All done, sir. Let's get out of here.
Everyone mount up. We're moving. Go 3. Can you pick up Team 1? We have to go now. Affirmative, as long as the LZ is clear. Understood. Team 1, clear that zone of all enemies and Goal 3 will extract you.
Roger, Convoy Lead. Get moving. I'll be fine.
Okay, Goal.
Goal 3. Team 1 has cleared the LZ and is looking for a ride. Over.
Got you in sight. Coming in now. Welcome aboard, soldier. Hang tight. We're dusting off now. Man one of those miniguns. We're short a pair of hands. Goal 3. We've got more bandits incoming. We could use some help. Understood, Convoy Lead. On our way.
Go 3. Convoy is taking heavy fire and needs aerial support until they reach Quarley. Don't fail to eliminate all hostile forces. Over.
Roger. 30 seconds to target. Command, this is Convoy Lead. We reached Quarley and the food is being distributed.
Copy, Convoy Lead. Good job, everyone.
Command, Golf 3, returning to base.
In Mission 2, you protect another UN convoy from being attacked. You also clear out the nearby village of bandits. Eventually you reach a bridge, you cross the bridge and blow up an enemy weapon cache. While heading back over the bridge, you plant explosives on it and blow it up in order to prevent any more enemies from crossing the river.
Victor 3, this is Command. What's your status?
Sir, Victor 3 is still moving upriver and is just about at the docks. I have the trucks in sight and they're actively distributing food supplies to locals.
Keep your eyes open, Victor 3. We've had more intel reports of ongoing raids against the relief convoys.
Roger that. We'll be on our toes. What the hell was that?
We've got explosions! Movement! Coach, lots of movement south of the village. Incoming bandits!
Damn it! Okay, return fire, but don't hit any civilians!
This is our post 1 at the river! You got some bad boys headed towards you from the bridge! They'll be approaching you from the east!
Roger that, Op 1. Head to the south side and take cover in the village. I think that's it. The village is clear.
Victor 3, head to Outpost 1 on the south side of the river. They're on a small river boat like the one that brought you here.
On the way, Command. This is it. There's our guys down on the boat. What's the situation?
Looks like the militia has a camp on the fire side. Got a couple of guys on patrol and a few more to be holed up in the ruins. Haven't seen any vehicles.
Coach, looks like we got some guys trying to cross the bridge.
Not today. Nobody crosses.
I hear that! Here it comes. Get ready.
See in sight. We've got them.
Nice shot!
That should prevent any vehicles from crossing, at least for a few minutes. Victor 3, recon the bridge and assess enemy strength. If the situation gets too hot, pull back and blow the bridge. You must prevent further enemy incursions.
We'll sneak across for a closer inspection. Let's move out!
Victor 3, destroy any munitions you find on the far side.
Victor 3, this is Golf 3. You've got inbound vehicles en route to your position.
Roger that, Golf 3. How far out?
Reckon about a minute or two.
Copy that. Command, Victor 3 has numerous vehicles descending on us. Over. I need to plant these charges on the center span. Cover me.
Roger that, Victor 3. Fall back across the bridge. You'll have to flow to prevent further enemy incursions across the river.
Understood, Command. I've got a satchel charge.
This is OP2. We have a visual on those vehicles. Get out of there!
On my way.
Come on, come on! We gotta blow up that bridge before it's too late.
Get clear of the bridge before you blow it! Those satchel charges pack a hell of a wallop!
We're on our way to you.
Come on, come on! We gotta blow up that bridge before it's too late. Boom, baby! Whoa! Now that's an explosion!
In Mission 3, you secure a warehouse containing a weapon cache. Inside the warehouse you find intel detailing a second weapon cache in another village. You ride on the back of a truck towards the second village. You have to stop before the village and continue on foot through a minefield and a river full of crocodiles. At the outskirts of the second village, you link up with another squad. You then attack the village, secure the second cache, and you also destroy one of General ID's boats.
Victor 3, a cache of arms is believed to be inside a warehouse 400 meters south of you. Your men must capture these weapons and any intel before Deed's forces can acquire them. We have an informant in the area who reports a secondary shipment in a nearby village. We'll brief you on that situation once you find the warehouse. Over.
Copy, Command. Are we clear to engage the enemy?
If the subject is armed, you are authorized to engage.
Understood, Command. We're searching for a warehouse full of weapons. Move out and watch for civilians. Victor 3 to Command. Weapons warehouse is secured. Actively searching for any intel.
Copy, Victor 3.
Command, I found some documents confirming the second arms shipment in a village called Deca. Victor 3 is good to go if authorized.
Affirmative. Stand by, Victor 3. Victor 3, we have a truck that can take you to Deca. Get outside behind the warehouse immediately. Victor 2 will rendezvous with you once you reach the village. Over.
Copy, Command. On our way. There's another cache of arms southeast of here. Huck, you come with me. Mother, you and Preacher fall back and secure these weapons.
Can do!
Here's the truck. Hop on.
I hope this guy knows the way. It's pretty dead between here and Deca.
Move out. Command, Victor 3, I'm en route to Deca. What's the ETA on Team 2?
On the ground in 3 minutes.
Copy, Command.
Damn, I was afraid of that.
Why are we stopping here?
There's a minefield between us and the village. You can tell by those sticks in the ground.
I guess we have no choice. Be careful.
Victor 3, this is Victor 2. Approaching LZ now.
Copy. On my way. Keep your weapon dry, or it may not fire.
I think Somalia has crocodiles.
Yeah, I'm seeing movement in the weeds near the river.
Y'all should know I'm not real big on crocodiles. We'll be wearing your ass. Back up, you big old loser. We're just passing through.
Command, we've crossed the river and rendezvoused with Victor 2.
Copy that, Victor 3. Coordinate your assault directly with Victor 2. Over.
Listen up, men. Here's the plan. We have to secure this town and the docks. Victor 2, you take the south side of the town, then push north, securing as you go. We will move in along the north side and secure the western docks. Understood?
Works for me.
Let's move out then. Let's move in. Check your targets.
30 seconds to target. Go, go, go!
Command, Victor 3. Second target secure. Requesting a security detail to take over.
Roger that, Victor 3. One more thing. Take out a Deed's boat ASAP. Over.
Copy that. With pleasure. Victor 3 to command. A Deed's boat is no more. Over.
Good work, Victor 3. Come on home for debrief and some rest.
In Mission 4, you're sent to relieve a Pakistani convoy pinned down by enemy sniper fire. You clear out the snipers and eliminate the rest of the enemies in the area. You then plant explosives on a roadblock and blow it up, allowing the convoy to move out.
2-1, this is Command. Come in, 2-1.
This is 2-1. Go ahead, Command.
A Pakistani convoy is taking heavy fire near your position. Move to grid Charlie 2 and set up security.
Copy, Command. Listen up, everyone! The Pakistanis are under attack, and we're being sent to support them. Keep your heads low and watch for snipers.
We're near the Pakistani, sir! We'll have to go the rest of the way on foot! There they are!
Command, 2-1 has reached the Pakistanis. Over.
2-1, the Pakistani captain requests you take out a roadblock and take out the convoy. Make it happen.
Roger, Command.
Is there any way you can take out the snipers?
We'll take out those snipers and then blow the roadblock. Be ready to get the hell out of here. Let's move it out, team.
Oh, hell, we got snipers!
You guys keep your heads down. Captain, snipers are cleared from the rear buildings.
Take out those shooters in the building up ahead. They are killing my men and preventing us from helping our wounded. Acknowledge, 2-1.
Can do, Captain. I'll take care of it personally. Captain, the militia has been cleared from the east building and from across the street. Get your medics in there and take care of your men.
I will take care of my men. You worry about the roadblock.
Roger.
Roadblock ahead.
I'm thinking satchel charge! Go for it, Coach!
Captain, this is 2-1. The roadblock's clear. We need to evac your men out of here before the enemy can regroup.
Acknowledge, 2-1. Shut him up, go. That's all critical. Nice job, 2-1. Now double time it back to base and the coffee's on me.
In Mission 5, you attack a garage containing enemy vehicles. You secure the garage and you hold off a counterattack. After surviving the counterattack, you plant explosives on the enemy vehicles and blow them up. You then exit the area on the back of a troop transport truck that's a part of a convoy.
Okay, everybody's set. The rest of your platoon is mounting up as we speak. We're gonna be hitting several targets simultaneously. You've got the garage. Get in fast, but don't take any unnecessary risks.
Understood, Command. On the way.
We're not expecting much resistance on the way in.
Just the same, let's stay sharp.
Roger that.
2-1, this is Command Post Black. What's your status?
Command, 2-1 is approaching the warehouse. Should have it in sight any minute. Over.
Roger that, 2-1. Once you reach target, secure the perimeter and take down the building. Destroy all technicals and search the warehouse for any intel. You are deep within Habergator territory, so expect heavy resistance. Speed is of the essence. The longer the takedown lasts, the more militia we're gonna have to face.
Understood. We'll be in and out. 2-1 over.
We're at the insertion point, sir.
All units, heads up. This is not a drill. We must secure the perimeter first, then move in to capture the main building. The convoy will circle until it's safe to exfil. Okay, let's move it, move it, move it!
Guards!
Careful. Stay down. Over. 2-1 to all units. Perimeter guards in sight.
Over here, by the containers!
I think there's someone on the far roof, over to the right!
I'll keep an eye on it. Move up to that side door. I'll cover you, and we'll meet up inside.
CP Black, this is 1-3. We are taking fire from guards at the outer perimeter.
All units, maintain perimeter security. Radio if there's trouble. 2-1 is moving in.
Understood, 2-1. We'll maintain security until you're done.
Copy that. 2-1 is going in. Clear high.
Clear low. I think that's all of them. 2-1, Romeo 3. I've got eyes on trucks, headed towards you. The truck's speeding up. Try it. Damn, he's gonna run out the main door. Get clear, get clear. 2-1, this is Romeo 3. I'm gonna open the street to the side. Your way. 2-1, we've got multiple guys incoming. They're coming from this side, too. They're all over.
Enemy has reached the perimeter. Lock down the main bag.
Regrouping.
Roger that. Do you need to get in?
We're doing okay out here, Coach. They seem to be focused on the garage.
Copy that. Hang in there.
Convoy in sight.
Secure the front. We're out of here.
On the way. Charges have been set on a few of the trucks.
Got it. Let's clear out.
They're on the run. I think we're on our woods.
Finally.
2-1, convoy lead. We're on our way to pick you up.
forward to it. We're taking care of unwanted guests.
Copy that. We're a few minutes out.
The sooner the better, convoy lead.
Roger that, 2-1.
The convoy has the perimeter locked down. Why don't you leave some housewarming gifts for our friend Otto? You still have those satchel charges?
Roger.
Good. Set them on any of the vehicles in the garage.
On my way. Charges down and armed.
Okay, get back to the trucks. We'll set them off when our vehicles are clear.
Understood, Command.
In Mission 6, you partake in a nighttime raid against a radio station that broadcasts General ID's propaganda. You eliminate squads of enemies while heading towards the radio station. On the first floor of the radio station, you blow up a generator to cut the power. You then proceed upstairs to destroy radio equipment and the radio tower. After destroying everything, you head back outside and make your way towards the extraction point.
5-1, this is Command. Overflights indicate no unusual activity around the radio station. You have the green light. Secure and destroy radio transmitter. Over.
Copy, Command. This operation will be cleaner if we stay stealth, so keep quiet. Stick to your suppressed weapon as much as possible. We don't want the whole militia coming down on us. Move out.
Radio station in sight. Doesn't look like much in the way of security.
Follow me.
I'm with you. Let's move in. Check your targets. Acknowledged.
Got it! Going in!
Lights out. Excellent.
Yes, now let's move. I'm betting the radio room is upstairs, nearest the radio tower above it.
Top floor secure.
Hey, Coach! Don't we need to blow the tower on the roof? Room's clear!
Damn right. Okay, I'll plant the explosives. You cover me. Explosives on the roof are set. Command, target is secure and we are ready to light the candle. Over.
Copy, 5-1.
This is convoy lead. We are inbound and we'll be at the extract point in 2 minutes.
Copy. On my way.
5-1, hustle to the convoy in exfil. The area's too hot to keep the trucks there long. Incoming technical!
We're approaching the drop-off point now.
On my way.
5-1, convoy lead is secure and ready to roll.
Copy.
5-1, hell of a job, son. You have knocked out a Deed's ability to broadcast propaganda over the airwaves. Double time it back to base.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
In Mission 7, you're sent to an embassy to capture 2 officers of the Habar Gadir clan. You clear out the first and second floors and capture one of the officers. The second officer has fled into a bunker that connects to a secret tunnel in the basement. You pursue that officer through the tunnel and he's eventually captured by another squad near the extraction zone.
30 seconds to target.
Listen up! Once we're on the deck, expect heavy resistance. Speed kills. So sweep in fast, grab all them tier 1 bad apples, and extract ASAP. There may be civilians inside, so watch your shots.
Target in sight.
Let's move out. Go, go, go.
Hey, yo, we got an open skyline.
I'm going down. Follow me.
Second floor, clear! Let's move downstairs! Look, y'all, we got ourselves a real top-tier bad boy.
Command, 5-1 reporting. We've secured 1 target individual.
5-1, intel advises you should expect at least 1 more high-level target.
Go
Coach, there's an old bunker door down here. Come here and check it out.
Let's move this operation downstairs then.
This floor is clear. Coach, we've run into a dead end here. Check it out.
We must have some way of leveling this door.
I think everyone might want to stand back. Doorway clear! Go, go, go! Heads up! Bad boys could be almost anywhere down here!
There they are! Tier 1 bad boys on the move!
Well, this window isn't the way. It's reinforced.
They're getting away!
I see food rations and bedding and stuff. Somebody sure as hell making this place their home.
There must be some trapdoors or tunnels or something. Keep your eyes open for any escape routes.
Trapdoor, Coach! This floor is clear! Let's move upstairs!
That must be where they got out. Let's go, go, go!
5-1, be advised, a large group of armed militia is converging on the target building. You should extract ASAP.
Command, 4-1. We need an airlift from the compound. We've got hostiles closing in fast on our position.
Copy, 4-1, we've got a Black Hawk inbound.
Machine gun fire! Watch it!
5-1, command, we've got multiple reports that the enemy group is large and well armed. Suggest you proceed immediately to the end of the tunnel system for extract.
Command, do you know where the tunnel ends?
We believe it exits into the lower compound. Golf 3 will try and get a visual on you when you exit.
Copy that. Come on, man, let's move. We're gonna have company. Golf 3, it looks like we're about to leave the tunnel, but we can't see the situation. Can you cover us from above?
Roger, 5-1. Your Tier 1 target ran out ahead of you. I can see the tunnel exit.
Command, this is 5-1. We are outside the tunnels and in pursuit of our target.
5-1, this is Golf 3. I see you, but I can't land at your location. There's a clearing north of you. I think I can set it down there. 5-1, I'm at the clearing north of you, but the LZ is real hot. Please hurry up. 5-1, this is 4-1. We'll take care of the Tier 1. You head over to the chopper.
Delta teams, great job. All Tier 1s are in custody and extracting via Black Hawk. See you back at base.
In Mission 8, you're sent to a hotel complex to capture more Habar Gadir personnel. There is 2 squads. Your squad is tasked with securing Building A, the courtyard and the first floor of Building B. The other squad is tasked with securing the Habar Gadir personnel on the second floor of Building B. Both squads eventually link up. Your squad is then tasked with moving up to the roof of Building B and providing overwatch for the other squad who is being extracted by a convoy. The other squad is successfully extracted, and your squad is eventually extracted by a helicopter on the roof.
5-1, current intel reports a Harbor Gator gathering at a former hotel complex in grid X-Ray 1. Your unit will secure the smaller of the 2 outbuildings while the assault force takes down the central structure. Once you've completed your primary objectives, head to the main structure and assist in the assault. There will be a large number of civilians in the area, so be sure to avoid collateral damage.
Copy, command. 5-1 almost over the target now.
We're over the target. Go, go, go!
Let's take the building from the top down.
Roger.
Should we flash them?
Damn right. Follow me.
I'm with you. Top floor secure. Bring her out!
Go, go, go!
Man down! Man down! We're secure! Go, we should link them with the assault team!
4-1. 5-1 is secure and moving across courtyard to consolidate on your location. What's your status? Over?
5-1, we have captured Tier 1 personnel!
Roger.
5-1, this is command. You must take out important weapons and support now. 4-1 must be extracted
Let's move to the next objective. Let's move in. Check your targets. Let's roll. We're secure!
4-1, Building B is secure. Moving to your position. Everyone secure?
Hostages are secure.
5-1, we have captured Tier 1 personnel. We need your team to get to higher ground and clear any shooters while we extract.
Can do, 4-1. 5-1 will advise when we're in position on the roof.
5-1, this is Convoy Lead. We are inbound and we'll be at the extract point in 2 minutes.
Roger. 4-1, we're in position, but we have multiple targets in the surrounding buildings. It's gonna be tricky.
Acknowledge 5-1, moving out now.
Copy that, 4-1. We'll secure your extract. Over.
We're taking fire from the buildings across the street.
This is Convoy Lead. We have the compound in sight.
5-1, we are exfilling now. Thanks for the cover fire.
You got it, 4-1.
5-1, this is command. Hell of a job, soldier. Hold your position, and we'll send a party in to extract you.
Copy, command. 4-1, I can see the convoy arriving now.
Coach, the Little Bear's here. Let's go!
Copy that.
Here's our ride. Let's go.
Good work, 5-1. We'll see you back at base.
Copy, command.
In Mission 9, you're sent in to rescue hostages at a UN command building that has been captured by Somali militia. After securing the hostages, you have to hold off a counterattack. After successfully defending against the counterattack, you move through some back alleys to reach a convoy for extraction.
5-1, a UN command building has been overrun and is under siege by Somali militia. Obligator officials were being transferred to Unisom 2 custody when militia attacked in an attempt to free them. An unknown number of hostages have been taken. Delta is to secure the site and rescue all hostages. A ground convoy is rolling and will rendezvous with you once the target area is secure. Over.
Roger, command. Have UN compound in sight. Appears to be overrun with militia. Looks like a minor riot down there.
RPG! RPG! 5-1, Romeo 3. We're coming in hot.
We're over the target. Go, go, go.
Hostages are secure.
Command, 5-1 has secured observation deck. Over.
Command, this is Romeo 3. We see multiple hostiles inbound 5-1's position. We got foot soldiers and a couple of trucks.
Roger, Romeo 3. 5-1, slew of bad boys coming your way. Defend your position until we can get the convoy to you. Over. 5-1, good job. Enemy vehicles have been destroyed. Convoy 4-2 is approaching your position. Prepare to rendezvous with convoy. Over.
Roger that, 5-1. Come on, man, let's get back downstairs and regroup with 2-1.
5-1, this is Convoy 4-2. We're at the back of the compound, but the alley's too tight to get through to you. Can you make it to our position?
Copy 4-2. That's a definite can-do. We're moving out now. Over. Men, ground convoy is waiting for us at the rear of the compound. Let's use the back exit and move them out.
Good work, 5-1. We'll see you back at base.
In Mission 10, you attack one of General Aidid's communication sites. You're tasked with destroying the radio equipment. While heading towards the site, you're given a second objective, which is to blow up a cargo ship at the local harbor. You destroy the radio equipment, make your way to the harbor, plant explosives on the cargo ship, and detonate the explosives while being extracted by a helicopter. This marks the end of the fictional missions.
5-1, intel confirms that Aidid has re-established a communication site. You are to infill this compound and take out the radio equipment. Expect heavy resistance.
You guys locked and loaded?
Copy that, Sarge!
We've been spotted. Mortar fire incoming.
Take cover!
Understood, 5-1. Are you able to stay on mission?
Affirmative, command. Man, we have no choice but to make our way to the radio building. Get to those rocks for cover. Go, go, go. Take cover. Let's stick to these rocks. They look like the best cover out here.
Go from rock to rock! Let's avoid the mines!
Jam intel's no good. We'll have to find a way around.
5-1, intel reports a high concentration of Hopper-Gator graffiti in the area of your target.
Affirmative, Command.
5-1, Command. A cargo ship has entered the harbor. We confirm shipment of drugs and weapons on board to be delivered to a deed. This is a priority target of opportunity. Ranger chocks are inbound. You are to destroy the radio equipment and double time it down to the pier to provide cover for Ranger crew. Eliminate the shipment and scuttle the cargo ship.
Affirmative, Command. Okay, this is the radio tower. Intel indicates that this is our target. Radio equipment is toast. Let's get down to that cargo ship.
5-1, there are two in place 50 cals on the docks threatening the helos. Try to spot them with your binoculars and take them out.
5-1, provide cover fire for Bravo units roping in at the docks.
I see the cargo ship. Look sharp.
Contact! Ranger chocks 12 o'clock! Take down those 50 cals!
5-1, Bravo units are taking casualties. Cover them now. Bravo units, rally point is king. I say again, rally point is king. Extraction units inbound. 5-1, Shock 1 is sitting down for extraction. Plant your satchel charges in the cargo ship's hull and get the hell out of there.
Satchel charges planted. Confirm.
5-1, that cargo ship is full of weapons and explosives. You need to clear the dock before you detonate. I say again, get onto the little bird before you detonate your satchel charge.
5-1, confirmed. You are weapons free.
Roger that. Cargo ship going down.
Good job, 5-1. Get back to base.
In Mission 11, which is the beginning of Operation Gothic Serpent, you're sent to capture Hopper-Gator personnel. You enter a helicopter in a US Army base, you fly to a nearby city and land on the roof of the building with the targets inside. You clear all 3 floors, blow open a door with a grenade, and capture the targets. You escort the targets to a nearby convoy. You then have to help out 2 squads that are under heavy enemy fire. While helping the second squad, you witness a Black Hawk helicopter being shot down by a rocket.
On October 3rd, we got intel that 2 of Adid's lieutenants would be ripe for a snatch and grab. We all knew our roles. 4 Ranger Chalks would pull security, while Delta operators grabbed the principals. If everything went right, we'd be in and out in less than 30 minutes. By 15:35 hours, we were geared up and waiting to hear the go code, Irene. Little did we know that Operation Restore Hope was about to secure its place in history.
5-1, this is Command. Your AH-6 is spun up and waiting on pad 29 for your run. You and your team will be briefed on the flight in.
Understood, Command. On my way.
You think this is another drill? No, we put live ordnance on our birds today. Well, let's go then. Anyone know the outboard? No, but judging by our loadout, this should be a quick one.
You good to go, Sergeant?
You know it. As soon as we get you strapped in, we're out of here.
All units, this is Romeo 6-4. Irene, I say again, Irene.
That's the launch code. Hang on, everyone. You heard it. Irene. Man, I thought we'd never get to go for this operation. I was tired of getting all dressed up for nothing.
I hear that.
Delta 5-1, once the attack code is given, you'll be landing on the roof of the target building. Anyone who doesn't drop their gun is a target.
Roger 6-4.
Clear the building from the top down and locate the principals. Once the building and prisoners are secure, everyone rides out in the convoy. We should be in and out. Good luck. All units, this is Romeo 6-4. Lucy, Lucy, Lucy.
Farmer 2, Lucy, Roger. Juliet 6-4, Roger, Lucy. Uniform 6, Lucy, Roger.
Delta 5-9. Roger. Lucy. Okay, men. The attack code's been given. Get ready to roll.
20 seconds. We're gonna take fire right away, so get off the skids fast. We'll head out and provide covering fire. The chocks are roping in now.
First floor is clear.
Hang her up.
Third floor secure. Second floor clear.
I think the bad guys are behind those locked doors. Why don't you blow the doors with a grenade? Stay right where you are. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Romeo 6-4, this is Delta 5-1. Principal secure, moving to extract.
Copy, 5-1.
Where's Chop 4? I think they dropped north of their position. We've got one corner open. Keep the perimeter secure. Check 5-1. We need some help at the northwest corner of the target building.
Copy, we're on the way.
Get a head count and get them on the trucks.
There's too many of them. This is getting bad. We're getting hit from all over. We need aerial support.
Hey guys, Chart 2 is under heavy fire. Let's move to their position and help them out.
Oh man, look at that.
I'm hit. Super 6-1 going down. Super 6-1's hit. Super 6-1's hit. He's going down hard.
6-1 down. 6-1, can you read me? Can you read me? What's going on down there? Dispatching search and rescue team now.
In Mission 12, you're a part of the search and rescue team that is sent to help the crew of the downed Blackhawk. You confusingly navigate the streets of the city in a convoy. You eventually have to continue on foot. You make your way into a building right next to the crash site and provide overwatch to the surviving crew members below. You clear out the area and a helicopter is sent in to rescue the crew.
Say the line, Bart!
Black Hawk down! I say again, Black Hawk down!
RPG left side. 5-1, command. Can you get a convoy to the crash site?
Can do, sir. On our way. Let's mount up. We have to consolidate it to crash before the militia gets there.
Whoa, where the hell did he come from?
I got it.
At the next street, turn north.
I've got a lot of guns coming this way. We can't go that way. There's too much fire. They're coming from everywhere.
Go right. Go right, out of the alley.
Right. There's no right. Must be left.
Stop and hold your position. Don't stop! We're catching crossfire at the intersection.
Let's go, go, go!
Take your next right. Take the very next right turn.
I don't think so. There's a huge roadblock.
Good.
What are you, nuts? They mine these damn roadblocks. No way. It's too dangerous. On your left. On your left.
Shooter's high. Turn right.
Leave us alone!
Where now? Right or left?
Turn left.
Command, I don't know how we did it, but we're back on the main road.
Watch your left.
There's too many of them.
Turn south, just ahead.
It's blocked. We'll have to find another way.
What if we ram through it?
We can't. That one's too big. We're gonna have to go around the outside of the city and come in from behind.
You need to get the convoy turned around and head south 2 blocks. Barricades everywhere! Trash everywhere! Whole country out wandering around like it's Times Square! Turn right. Turn south, just ahead.
This is a death trap. Hang on. I'll get us through. 5-1, we're gonna have to let you off here. You'll have a better shot getting to the crash on foot.
Command 5-1. The convoy can't make it to the crash.
Copy, 5-1.
5-1, dismount the Humvee and continue on foot.
5-1, what's your status?
I'll go on foot.
Me too. We're getting the hell out of here. We'll take the wounded and Tier 1 back and try to meet up with you.
Let's move in. Check your targets.
Let's roll.
5-1, our guys at the crash site are outnumbered and under fire. We need you there immediately.
Copy that. We're en route now. Damn it, we're cut off. 1-1. 5-1 is unable to reach the site. We'll establish an overwatch and protect you guys until a hero can get to you.
Understand, 5-1. Much obliged for the firepower.
Let's get a good position in that building overlooking the crash site.
5-1, you should move to the roof for a better shot.
Understood. Moving up now.
Militia coming in on the right! Militia coming in from the north!
5-1, this is Romeo 9. We are inbound to the crash site. Be sure the area is clear of RPGs. 5-1, take out those RPGs so we can get these boys out. 5-1, this is Romeo 9. Your area is still way too high with RPGs.
The rooftop is clear.
5-1, Romeo 9. We're inbound hot. It's a hot LZ.
Keep those guys at bay.
Command, we're moving to extract the wounded now. We're steady. Ropes, ropes, ropes. Ropers away. Shocks 1 and 2 are in. Heads up. Ropes clear. Clear for flight.
Nice work, 5-1. Super 6-1 and crew are safe. The Seesaw will take care of any wounded and finish securing the area. Thanks for the help.
In Mission 13, a second Black Hawk helicopter has been shot down, and you're once again tasked with making it to the crash site. While heading towards the crash site, you reunite with soldiers scattered throughout the city. Once you've reunited with 4 soldiers, you head into a building for cover, and you're joined by another squad.
5-1, we've lost another Black Hawk. Leave a team at your current position and get to that second crash.
5-1, we are holding this position. Move out to the second crash site.
Copy 1-1. Command 5-1. Are we cleared to move out?
Affirmative, 5-1. We've got soldiers scattered all over the city. Regroup with anyone you can find and get to that second crash site ASAP.
Copy, Command.
5-1, we have just lost contact with one of our men in the city. We think he is due west of you and under fire. Rendezvous with him immediately. Casualties are not acceptable, 5-1. Use extreme caution. 5-1, we realize we already have a disaster on our hands, but let's try to keep it contained. Avoid civilian casualties.
Understood, Command.
5-1! Pretty sure I'm right in front of your position. Regroup here and we'll head out.
Good, you're here. What's going on?
We've had another crash.
2 Blackhawks are down?
Yeah, come on, follow me.
5-1, I'm pinned down in a 2-story building north of your position. Not sure where exactly, but there's a circular courtyard and a lot of vehicles.
Hang tight, we'll be right there.
Let's move in. Check your targets. Let's roll! Top floor secure.
Everyone secure?
We're good.
Then let's hit it, we don't have much time.
5-1, aerial reports indicate one of your men trapped in a building at the end of a long street southwest of your position.
On our way, sir.
We're taking fire from the buildings across the street.
You okay to fight?
I'm with you.
Let's go, we've got to get to this next crash site.
We've got snipers in the buildings.
Roger. Follow me.
Roger that.
5-1, wait on the second crash site and rendezvous with 5-3. Hold off enemy forces there and be ready to move when it's safe.
On my way, Command.
5-1, this is Ranger 2-3. Come in.
We've got snipers in the buildings.
2-3, this is 5-1. What's your location?
Not sure, Coach. Pinned down here in a warehouse taking a whole lot of fire.
Roger. We'll find it.
Watch your backs, they're everywhere.
2-3, this is 5-1. What's your location? Can you signal with some smoke?
Yeah, okay. Popping smoke now.
Copy. 2-3, we're outside your door. Hang tight while we clear the hostiles.
Understood.
Let's go. We've got to get to this next crash site.
Roger. I'll follow you.
5-1, this is 5-3. A few of us are holed up north of your last position. We've secured a house, but we're pinned down.
We're taking lots of fire. Only way in is probably through the back.
There's too many of them.
Copy.
Lay down some cover fire.
Go, go, go!
just linked up with 5-3. We've got lots of casualties and are taking heavy fire. Think we're gonna have to hole up here for a while.
All right, 5-1. Do the best you can for the casualties. Stay sharp while we assess the rescue situation. Over.
In Mission 14, you've holed up in the building, patching up the injured, and it's now nighttime. The Somali militia have started to shell the building with mortar fire, which puts all of your lives at risk. You're tasked with sneaking out the back and flanking around the enemy lines to reach the mortar crew in order to take them out. While flanking the enemy lines, you're provided with helicopter aerial support. You manage to reach the mortar crew and eliminate them. You then plant explosives on the mortars and blow them up. You then unite with the rescue convoy.
5-1, what's your sit rep?
Command, we've got everyone patched up best we can, but we're still pinned down under heavy fire.
Incoming! Damn, they pretty much got us zeroed!
What are we looking at?
Couple of mortars and some technicals out there! Can't even stick my head out to get a good look!
We can't hold up here for much longer. They'll finish this place off in no time. We'll have to take out those emplacements.
No way you can make it out front! They've got it locked down! You're dead if you set foot outside!
We'll have to try our luck out around back and work our way around their flank.
Woo! Good luck!
Movement! Hold it! Move up slowly.
5-1, we're reloaded, refueled, and inbound. We'll try to keep their heads down for you.
Watch the roof line. They'll be trying to keep us pinned down.
Bet they're trying to sneak back here.
Move up tactically and stick close. We should be able to slip through without too much trouble. I'll watch for any roadblocks. Make sure no one gets in behind us.
Got it. 5-1, hold up. I'm looking at some kind of heavy weapon on a flare. About 30 meters to your northeast. Stand fast, and we'll take a crack at them. We're at the RP, lock and load. 5-1, Romeo 9. We'll stay in the area and lay down cover fire.
Stay behind cover. I'll have to thin out the resistance a bit.
Copy. 5-1, we're making another pass. Coming in from the south. Take cover by those tires. I'm gonna load up the alley with a minigun. 5-1, we're maintaining a low orbit in your vicinity. We've got two large armed groups making their way towards your position. Line up in that main street. Weapons free. Okay, 5-1. You now have one large group near your position. We're coming around for a second pass.
Hurry up! Those mortars are gonna bring this damn building down!
I'm gonna put some minigun through that roof.
Looks like there's a weapons stockpile in that courtyard. If we can just clear this alley. Damn, they're everywhere.
Hey, put some minigun in there. Yeah, baby. That buzz for you.
Stay out of the middle of the street. They probably have the far end blocked off. LFI know 4-1. Best guess is we're about 3 blocks south of the Olympics. Same place we've been for a while.
Roger that, 5-1. If you're still in that building, I'll have your grid from the helos. Be right there. The roof's caving in. We're running out of time here.
Lead, help 5-1. We have hostiles in the windows.
Okay, there's the objective. Gotta clear out the mortar crew.
5-1. Looks like the bad guys are starting to scatter. We've got eyes on the convoy. They're just about there. Do your thing with the mortars and we'll mop up.
Move up. Cover me while I plant the satchels on the mortar base plates. That should take care of those twos. Command 5-1. We've taken out the mortar emplacement.
Roger that. Nice work. The convoy should be reaching your position in less than a minute.
Here comes the cavalry.
Let's load up and get out of here. Get your wounded on board first. Nice work. That was damn close.
Mission 15, it's now early morning and the rescue convoy is planning to drive to the Mogadishu Stadium for extraction. You follow the convoy on foot, eliminating enemies along the way while trying to protect the convoy. You're also provided with helicopter aerial support. Eventually you make it to the stadium and you're now safe. This marks the end of the Battle of Mogadishu portion of the game.
5-1, we're out of here. We can't fit everyone, so some of you will have to run alongside. Take cover where you can.
All right, men. Looks like we're gonna have to hoof it. Stay close to the trucks.
Command, this is Convoy Lead. We've linked up with 5-1 and we're moving out. We got a lot of wounded.
Acknowledge, Convoy Lead. We have tanks reinforcing a strong point set up past the traffic circle. If you can make it there, you'll be covered. Hey! They're leaving us!
Convoy lead! Where you going?
Sorry, soldier. We can't slow down or the truck stop at the intersection will get caught in the crossfire. We can't risk it.
Yeah, okay. We'll catch up with you later. We're on our own, man. We'll have to run it.
5-1, Romeo 9. I'm starting a strafing run. Stay clear of the street.
5-1, be advised. We've been taking sniper fire through most of this road.
I'm coming around for another strafing pass. You'll want to stand back. Romeo 9, I'm going after their emplaced weapons. Steer clear of that area.
Sniper fire from the left. 5-1, you back with us?
Affirmative, Convoy lead. Let's keep moving. We all want to get out of here. Convoy lead! How much further?
We're almost there.
I'll believe that when I see it.
5-1, we're making another pass. Take cover where you can.
Sniper fire from the right.
Command, 5-1. We've got the strong point in sight. We're almost home.
Affirmative, 5-1. Get your wounded to the Coliseum. You've done a good job. Well done.
In the years that followed the mission in Mogadishu, little effort was made to understand it. Sensational news stories pushed public opinion to call it a failure, but they were wrong. We took casualties on October 3rd and 4th, but we still completed the mission to capture Adid's lieutenants. Despite the odds, we fought well and kept our losses low, a testament to our training and bravery. When politics took over, we were pulled from Somalia. Most of us wanted to stay and capture a man who used guns and starvation to hold power, but the decision had been made. Today, Somalia is still trying to unify, and control of Mogadishu is contested by warring clans.
In Mission 16, you're tasked with assassinating General Idid. You and a local informant are riding on the back of a truck, heading towards a building that connects to General Idid's compound. You fight through Somali militia on the streets and make it into the building. Inside the building, you enter Idid's compound. You fight through more Somali militia inside the compound and eventually reach General Idid himself. You kill him and make your way out of the compound. While outside the compound, you're picked up for extraction by the local informant. This marks the end of the game.
5-1, Command. What's your status?
Command, 5-1. I've met with our local informant. I'm en route to the target area now.
Understood. We have word that the clan leader is still in the area, engaged in a shootout, which will cover your mission. You're to find him and take him out. Let the friendly militia assist if needed.
Copy, Command.
We're almost there. Our men have secured a building near the tunnel Idid uses as a bunker. From there you will be able to enter his compound.
Keep down! You can't be seen!
Enemies ahead! Kill them, we go! There is Sabre ahead. I will not go. We have arrived!
Glad you made it safely, but there is work to be done. How do we get into Adid's bunker?
We have dug a tunnel to the bunker! We have not broken through yet! We have left that for you! From there, you are on your own!
Where is the entrance to the tunnel?
It's down the ladder, in the basement! We'll stay here and hold this building to protect your exit. Be fast though! We have sacrificed much to gain this building. If things change, we will radio. Good luck!
That's Adid's voice. He's nearby.
Command, Adid just had a heart attack. I tried my best, but I was unable to revive him.
Looks like I'll have to push forward and fight my way out the main tunnel entrance.
If you find an exit, radio us. We will come and pick you up.
I found a ladder. I think it's just east of the bunkers.
We will be there.
There's my ride. I'm out of here.
Stay down! And we will get you out of here!
Command, mission accomplished.
Roger that, 5-1. I'm sure the entire population here would thank you.
Just doing my job, but thanks.
Since the game focuses more on gameplay rather than story, there's not a lot to say about the story itself or some of the characters. It's pretty paper thin. The missions in the beginning are very basic, but where the game really shines is during the Battle of Mogadishu section. This is by far the best portion of the game. I particularly like the cinematic quality during mission 11 when you're flown into the city in a big helicopter armada. The combination of the radio chatter, the visuals, the music and the sound effects, it really sells that scene. It's a very exciting intro sequence to that mission, and to see that they achieved that level of cinematic quality in 2003 in comparison to other games at that time is very impressive. I also really like the confusion that is portrayed by the search and rescue convoy during mission 12, where you're driven around and are given directions that don't make any sense whatsoever with the actual city itself. Once again, the visuals and the audio come together to really sell that feeling of confusion, stress, and dread. I also like how at the end of the mission you finally rescue the downed crew and feel a sense of relief, only to have that be completely squashed at the start of the next mission, mission 13, where you learn that a second helicopter has been shot down and you now have to go rescue them as well. Another section that I like is during mission 14, where it's nighttime and you're sneaking out the back to eliminate the mortar crew. This whole section is fantastic. The combination of the claustrophobic level design, the enemy placements, the fact that it's dark and hard to see, the fact that you hear helicopters whizzing by above you, making strafing runs into narrow back alleys. It really makes you feel extremely paranoid as you're creeping around corners, checking every potential angle and rooftop for enemies. And lastly, another section that I like is when you're left by the convoy during mission 15, where you have to make it down the main street by yourself. The feeling of abandonment combined with being forced down a long choke point, guarded by enemies at awkward angles, once again makes you feel really paranoid. This is another great section. The whole Battle of Mogadishu section is an emotional roller coaster, probably accurate to how the soldiers who went through it in real life felt. In terms of the writing and dialogue, it's good for the most part. There are some voice lines that are reused, which is a bummer, but in the grand scheme of things, the dialogue is still good. There is one part of dialogue during the final mission that is recorded by a completely different voice actor. Listen to this.
Command, Adid just had a heart attack. I tried my best, but I was unable to revive him.
Looks like I'll have to push forward and fight my way out the main tunnel entrance.
Did they forget to record that section initially, or what happened? Did they not think that people would notice? I have no idea. In terms of characters, the only consistent character is the player, referred to as coach. As coach, you're usually the squad leader. There are 3 other squad members that are specifically mentioned by name, and they are Preacher, Mother, and Huck. These characters appear in the early missions. Most of the characters that you see or hear are just generic soldiers that are not fleshed out at all, which is also a bummer. That's it for the story. Black Hawk Down is a first and third person tactical shooter. It is not a milsim, but also not a run and gunner. It combines elements of both styles. One of many realistic elements is the inclusion of bullet ballistics, such as bullet drop and bullet travel time, although it's not very noticeable. The game also prioritizes the player landing well-placed shots. If you fire while aiming down sights, the bullets will land almost exactly where you aim. If you hip fire, there's way more spread. It's also better to fire in semi-auto rather than full auto in order to combat recoil and ammo usage. Most enemies die in a single shot, so it's very unnecessary to fire multiple rounds. Since the enemies die very fast, so do you, especially on the highest difficulty level. On the highest difficulty level you can die in a single shot from either a RPG or a 50 cal weapon. The standard AK-47s that most enemies use can kill you in either 2 or 3 shots, so be patient, utilize cover and the leaning mechanic to effectively combat the enemies. There's also environmental items that you can utilize in combat, such as shooting cars or barrels to make them explode near enemies and take them out. Bear in mind that the enemies can do the same against you, or you could accidentally do it to yourself or a friendly.
Contact right! Where'd that technical come from? There are shooters on the hilltop!
Hold this position. Command, this is 5-1. I have a man down. I say again, I have a man down. Request medevac ASAP. Over.
Roger, 5-1. We'll dust off as soon as possible. Over.
There's other scripted environmental dangers that could take you out as well, such as the car ramming the garage door in Mission 5 or the friendly helicopter strafing fire during Mission 15.
The truck's speeding up! Turn it! Damn, he's gonna rattle the main door! Get clear! Get clear! 2-1, this is Romeo 3. Open the street to the side. On your way.
Coming around for another strafing pass. You'll want to stand back.
For every mission, there are certain parameters that have to be avoided in order to successfully complete the mission. These parameters change from mission to mission, but in general, only one of your squad members can die. If 2 of them die, you fail the mission.
Taking fire! Need backup!
Man down! Man down!
Obviously, if you as the player die, the mission fails immediately. There's also a limit to the number of civilian casualties that you can inflict, but that number is rather high. On one mission it was 7, and on 2 other missions it was 10. Don't ask me how I know that.
As you head out. Coach, stay on at 50 with T1. Let's move! Coach,
Command, this is convoy lead. We're heading up.
In terms of player movement, it's exactly what you expect. You can move in all 4 directions. You're also able to jump freely. There's 3 different stances: standing, crouching and proning. While standing or crouching you can use the leaning mechanic, but when you prone and use the leaning mechanic, you do a combat roll instead. You can also swim in deep enough water. When you go under the water surface, a breath meter appears. When that runs out, you drown. The player health is divided into 3 different stages. When the player icon is green, you're at full health. When it's yellow, you have a medium amount of health, and when it's red, your health is dangerously low. In order to restore your health, you have to use a pickup. These pickups are scattered throughout the levels. There's also another pickup that restores all of your equipment and ammunition. In terms of the player's loadout, these are the available melee weapons, secondaries, and primaries. Generally speaking, the melee weapon is completely useless. It's not bad per se, but you're never going to be that close to enemies where you can actually utilize it. And even if you're that close to enemies, it's still better to just shoot them. The same thing applies to the secondaries. They're not bad, but if you manage your ammo with your primaries, you're never going to have to use your secondary at all. But I guess it's nice that the melee weapon and the secondaries are included rather than not. The primaries are pretty similar to one another. The choice of primary weapons simply just comes down to personal preference or perhaps certain mission sections. On some missions it definitely helps with having a sniper rifle for long distance engagements. On other close quarter missions you're going to be heavily penalized for choosing a sniper rifle. Other than those specific scenarios, most primaries perform similarly. These are the available throwables and equipment. Just like with the melee weapon and the secondaries, the throwables are not that useful. Granted, they're not bad, but they're highly situational. I only used the flashbang grenade 2 times, usually in room clearing scenarios, where they specifically mentioned that you should use a flashbang. I only used the frag grenade 2 or 3 times, specifically for objectives such as blowing open doors or knocking down stone walls. I never used the smoke grenade. It's the same thing with the equipment, they're not bad but very situational. I only used the satchel charges when we were forced to in order to complete objectives. The exact same thing happened with the rocket launcher. I only used it when I had to. I never used the claymores and I don't see how they could be effective. Maybe you could plant them and try to bait enemies to run into them, but that sounds like a convoluted strategy when you could just use your primary weapon to shoot those enemies instead. That's a much faster and more effective strategy. You also have access to more passive equipment such as the night vision. The night vision puts a green filter across the screen that allows you to see in very dark environments. The night vision is only really used during mission 6, which seems like the only section specifically made for the night vision. Any other dark environment in any other mission might be dark, but you can still see without the night vision. Another piece of equipment is the binoculars. I played through this game many times and I didn't even know that the binoculars existed. They do mention them during mission 10, but I never used them. Other interesting things regarding the weapons is that you can switch between magnification levels in scopes using the scroll wheel, and pressing control with a weapon equipped with a grenade launcher, you can auto switch to the launcher. If you're aiming down sights, you can also use the scroll wheel to adjust the range on the iron sights for the launcher. There's also inputs for switching from first to third person, enabling and disabling the HUD, and hiding your weapon. On Mission 8, you have access to something called the Armory menu. The Armory menu is a supply box that allows you to replenish your grenades, switch primary or secondary weapon, and switch your equipment while inside a mission. In terms of vehicles, there are no player-controlled vehicles in the game. There are vehicles that are controlled by friendly NPCs that you can access. There's 3 vehicles where you're properly seated, and they are the Humvee, where you mount the 50 cal turret, the Black Hawk, where you mount one of the 2 side-mounted miniguns, and the Little Bird, where there's 2 seats on either side of the helicopter. You can fire your normally equipped weapons while riding along in the Little Bird. There is also the occasional NPC-controlled trucks and boats that you can ride along, but they don't have any proper seats. There's also other NPC-controlled vehicles such as troop transport trucks, APCs, and flatbed trucks. The enemies also have access to vehicles such as a pickup truck with a mounted 50 cal turret, one of General ID's boats, and troop transport trucks. In terms of enemy types, there's 5 enemy types in total, and they are the standard militia, who come equipped with AK-47s, have different looks but they act the exact same as one another. The Rocketeers, who come equipped with a RPG, they all look the same and behave the same. The enemy pickup truck with its aforementioned mounted 50 cal turret. In one section there's hostile crocodiles, and the last enemy type is General ID, who has a unique look, more health, but acts the same as the standard militia. The enemy AI is pretty unpredictable. Sometimes they'll hang back and fight defensively, and sometimes they'll aggressively push. They don't utilize cover a lot and often stand out in the open. Their accuracy is also very inconsistent. Sometimes they'll miss multiple shots at point blank range, and sometimes they'll accurately snipe you across great distances. The exact same thing applied to the AI of your squad. They'll sometimes hang back or push, and they'll sometimes miss or hit shots. Since there's collision on between the player and his squad mates, they'll sometimes get stuck on one another or push you out of cover, which is very annoying. You can give your squad a number of orders to change their behavior. One order is the takedown mechanic, where a red pyramid will appear, usually in a doorway, and if you press backspace, one of your squad mates will throw a flashbang into that room.
Get ready for takedown!
Got it! Look away! Taking fire! Taking fire!
Go, go, go!
There's also the squad order list that can be pulled up by pressing caps lock. Once pressed, you can give orders such as hold fire or fire at will, hold position or follow me, set the team spacing to 2, 5 or 10 meters, and order them to throw a flashbang or grenade where you're aiming. The flashbang and grenade order is very inconsistent, whether they'll throw it or not, but also their aim when throwing. Another nice detail is that during Mission 3, if one of your squad mates die, a med evac helicopter will be called in to retrieve your squad mate.
Taking fire! Taking fire! Fire! Check your fire!
Man down!
Command, this is Victor 3, requesting an immediate medevac for my teammate.
The last thing that I'll mention in the gameplay section is the saving system. For each mission you're given a set number of saves. The lowest amount is 2 and the highest amount is 9. You can save at any point during the mission by pressing the F5 key. These saves can be loaded while inside a mission by first pressing escape and then pressing the corresponding number on the save slot. So if it's save slot 1 you press 1, save slot 2 you press 2, and so on. You can also load the saves from the mission selector in the main menu. This is a great way to load into a specific portion of a mission, or to skip maybe a boring helicopter ride by saving immediately after, and you now have a save to skip that section. In general, the saving system is solid. There might be instances where you can place a bad save, where you might get stuck in an infinite death loop. That could technically be possible, but I don't know since I've never had that happen to me. I could also see how the saving system could be annoying for new players who might not know where to properly place these saves, and they basically end up wasting a bunch of saves. I also don't know if there's any way to clear your saves in-game. Perhaps if you delete the in-game player profile, it will also delete your saves, but I'm not sure. In total, there are 3 difficulty levels: Easy, Normal, and Operator. The only difference for each setting is the player health. On Easy, you can survive upwards of 10 shots by the standard AK-47s that the militia uses. On Normal, you'll die in 5 to 6 shots, and on Operator, you'll die in 2 to 3 shots. The enemy health is the same, they die in 1 shot. Judging by my limited testing, the team damage seems to be consistent across the 3 difficulty levels. You do the exact same amount of team damage regardless of the setting. The same thing applies to the number of enemies and the enemy spawns. They're identical for each setting. The pickup locations are the same. The enemy and friendly squad AI and weapon accuracy also feels the same. But speaking about this game generally, this is a difficult game. I've played through the game numerous times, so I played it on the operator setting. I'd recommend new players to play on either easy or normal. The only things that you need to know about the game to be successful is the number of enemies, the enemy spawns, and what each section brings as a challenge. Obviously, you learn this through trial and error, and by just playing through the game. Once you know those things, it'll be pretty easy. Even I died or failed a mission a number of times because I didn't remember some of the enemy spawns. Speaking of the enemy spawns, this is by far the most important part. The one enemy type that can really mess you up is the Rocketeers. If they directly hit you with their rockets, you'll die instantly. It's the same thing for friendly vehicles, particularly on mission 15, where you have to protect the convoy. Usually the Rocketeers will miss their first shot and you'll be able to see the rocket smoke trail. Once you've seen that, you have to immediately prioritize killing the Rocketeer, because if you allow him to reload and fire a second rocket, that rocket is guaranteed to connect, which is bad news. Most of the time, the Rocketeers are placed in open areas where they're easy to find and shoot, but sometimes they'll be placed in choke points. This is when they become really tricky to deal with. But by using your saves periodically, utilizing cover, using the leaning mechanic, aiming accurately and firing in semi-auto, the game will be significantly easier. Since the game is set in Somalia, it features environments that are appropriate to that region. This means that the environments have a yellow and brown color palette. There's the occasional green color added into the scenery, such as grass, trees, and shrubbery. A lot of the buildings are grey-looking concrete structures. The outside of the buildings are often dull, but on the inside they sometimes introduce a bit more color, such as bright red carpets. The different types of environments that you'll see is deserts, rivers, swamps, city streets, garage, underground tunnels, a hotel, the UN compound, a harbor, and the US Army base. The combination of the level design and the enemy placements introduce a lot of verticality and awkward angles. Enemies will be placed on rooftops or in windows, which forces you to always pay attention upwards. They'll also be placed in narrow corners or back alleys, which forces you to constantly check every angle when you peek out from cover or walk around a corner. You'll sometimes get ambushed from behind from either flanking enemies or enemies that spawn after you reach a certain trigger. Sometimes they'll place RPGs or 50 cal emplacements in choke points, which will often result in you getting killed immediately. This can be pretty frustrating, but you now know where that enemy is, and you'll be prepared to take them out the next time you go to that area. Most of my deaths came from unseen enemies at weird angles. In terms of lighting, the game features a day and night cycle. Some missions are carried out during daytime, some of them at dusk, and some of them at night. There's even one level that starts off during early morning, where it's dark, and while progressing through the level it turns into late morning and becomes brighter. The following footage illustrates this. Not only does the game mix up the lighting with its day and night cycle, there's also a lot of differences in the lighting between indoors and outdoors. A lot of the outdoors environments are bright, whereas the indoors environments can be pretty dark. More footage to illustrate my point. The last thing that I'll mention about the lighting is that there's also dynamic shadows. These dynamic shadows only appear for any type of character, so enemies, civilians, friendlies, and the player. The light sources that can cast shadows are the sun or things like light bulbs. Vehicles and environmental details such as trees or bushes have set shadows, often incorrectly displayed in comparison to the direction of the sun, particularly the vehicles. There's also a nice blinding effect that happens when you stare directly into the sun and then look away. The UI in the menus is minimalistic. There are no convoluted menu options, except for maybe the amount of different keybinds, but other than that it is very straightforward. The menus themselves feature white, yellow, brown and orange colors. The HUD during gameplay is also minimalistic. It conveys a lot of information with little occupied space. Things that are depicted are the player health, the player's stance, whether you're mounted to a turret or seated in a helicopter, the currently equipped weapon, the current fire rate and remaining ammunition, the current mission, the objective messages, and lastly the minimap, which also displays your surroundings, distance to the objective, player elevation in relation to the objective, incoming directional fire, incoming directional damage, and the map grid coordinates. You can also pull up the mission objectives menu by pressing tab. If you press U, you can see the objectives message log. You can also zoom in and out on the minimap and change between 3 different map sizes. This is a lot of options and information packed into a tiny area. In terms of filter effects or images projected on the screen, a lot of the scopes and iron sights while aiming down sights are just 2D images projected on the screen. They look good and they work well, but I definitely prefer actual 3D models instead. The same thing applies to the binoculars, just a simple 2D texture. The night vision goggles is the only filter effect that is used in the game. Other nice visual effects are the particle systems depicted when a helicopter is flying close to the ground or close to the water.
Once the attack code is given, you'll be landing on the roof of the target building. Anyone who doesn't drop their gun is a target.
Roger 6-4.
Clear the building from the top.
There's also nice visual effects for the weaponry, such as the RPG rocket trails, the muzzle flash from barrels, and the tracer rounds.
Okay, man, the attack code's been given. Get ready to roll.
20 seconds!
Given. Get ready to roll.
20 seconds!
Another cool feature is the 3D reflections that can be seen inside the sniper rifle scopes. There's also a small amount of blood shown when characters are shot, but unfortunately, no actual splatter on the environment itself.
Taking fire! Need backup! Taking fire! Need...
I also think that the water looks pretty good. The last thing that I'll mention in this section is a nitpicky error that I saw in the menu for Mission 5. The date in the menu says 2003, while the loading screen before the mission says 1993, which is the correct year by the way. Probably something that was missed by a developer. The The sound effects in the game are really good. The weapons have a very punchy sound effect while firing. The sounds for the reloads and the weapon handling are also good. The same thing applies to the equipment, they also sound appropriate. It's the exact same thing for the vehicles, they sound really good, in particular the helicopters. The only sound effects that I don't like is the sounds that characters let out while dying. It's a short, ouch type of sound. It sounds very goofy considering the fact that these characters have just been shot. A more appropriate sound would have been a painful scream or no sound effect at all. The music is often loud and takes center stage, even if it's just playing in the background. The music is really good, but because the music is so loud, it hides a lot of the cool ambient and environmental noise. If you turn the music off, you get to really appreciate that ambience. You'll hear things like wind, crickets, crackling fire, croaking frogs, dripping water, desk fans, radios, helicopters, distant gunfire, and loudspeakers. There's also some portions of the game that are eerily quiet. This is a collection of the ambient sounds. The soundtrack is roughly 50 minutes long. Some versions of the soundtrack is either longer or shorter, which is because there are different versions. You have the original version and the anniversary edition that features previously unreleased or unused tracks. I'm referring to the anniversary edition for this review. The soundtrack was composed by Russell Brower, who also composed the soundtracks for Diablo 3, Hearthstone, StarCraft 2, and various expansions for World of Warcraft. Russell also received help from Ron Fish, who composed the soundtracks for God of War 1, 2, and 3, Batman Arkham Asylum, and Batman Arkham City. The soundtrack features a wide range of instruments and styles. Some instruments that are used are guitar, bass, a wide range of percussion, synths, piano, strings, a wide range of flutes, and chanting vocals. Some styles that are featured are electronic, rock or metal, tribalistic, folk, Western music, and Oriental music. You'll also hear a number of sound effects in the background, such as the sound of helicopter rotor blades and various types of gunfire. These are some of the highlights of the soundtrack. terms of dialogue, it's pretty good for the most part. They occasionally reuse voice lines here and there. There's also some voice lines that are inconsistent with the gameplay. For example, during Mission 5, they say that the charges have been planted before they're actually planted.
On the way. Charges have been set on a few of the trucks.
Got it! Let's clear out!
The convoy has the perimeter locked down. Why don't you leave some housewarming gifts for our friend Otto? You still have those satchel charges?
Roger.
Good. Set them on any of the vehicles in the garage.
On my way.
Another problem is the different voice actor during Mission 16, but I've already mentioned that twice. There's also some voice lines where the quality or volume sounds different from one another. They probably recorded these voice lines separately or by using different equipment. Definitely not something that I do for my videos. Wink wink. Other than that, the dialogue is really good.
RPG, dead ahead! 5-1, this is 4-1. We need cover while we infill.
The biggest problem with this game is that it was made for a 4:3 aspect ratio. On modern monitors, you can still play the game, but only in 4:3, which means that you'll have black bars on the sides. If you want to play the game in the aspect ratio 16:9, such as 1080p, then you have to do a number of things. The first thing that I recommend you to do is to follow this guide. This guide will explain everything that you need to do. Since I have the Steam version, I'm going to refer to the solution for that specific version. So first you need to launch the game for the first time so that the game can test your display settings. Secondly, you need to download the Universal Widescreen Patcher program. Inside the download you'll find two files. One file is a executable called uni.ws and the other file is a ini file called patches. You need to open the patches file in a text editor and delete everything inside it. You can keep some of the text if you want to, but none of it is relevant to Black Hawk Down. Replace everything or add this at the bottom instead. After you've added that, save the file and close it. For the Steam version specifically, you need to replace the original Black Hawk Down executable in the install directory with a new one. In order to find a new executable, go to the Novalogic HQ website and download this. Inside this download you'll find two files. The new executable and a HTML file called startup. You can delete the startup file since it's completely irrelevant. Then drag the new executable into the install directory of the game and when asked, replace the file. Now you have to launch the Universal Widescreen Patcher program. Inside the program you need to find the install directory of the game, click that directory, enter your desired screen width and screen height and then click patch. You can now close this program. You now need to launch the game and set the resolution in the options menu to 1024 by 768. After you've done this, the game should set itself to whatever resolution you wrote in the program. There will be some visual problems with forcing the game to display a 16:9 aspect ratio, such as the top and bottom of the minimap will be cut off. Some messages that pop up in the objective messages will be cut off. The game can handle two messages, but with a third message it will be cut off. And lastly, your height field of view will be made smaller since the width is basically stretched. This means that it's harder to see up and down since more of the screen is cut off. Another problem that I had was that my gun glitched out and placed itself in the middle rather than on the right hand side like normal. Maybe this had something to do with forcing the aspect ratio to something that the game isn't used to. I simply just switched weapons back and forth and then everything was fine. That's it for the aspect ratio. Another problem that I had was that while I was trying to enter the seat of a Little Bird helicopter, I kept getting kicked out of the seat.
5-1, we have arrived. 4-1 and the Tier 1 prisoners are loading up.
Copy that, convoy lead. We'll see you back at base. Let's go!
The last problem that I had was one hard crash, which I would say is rather good. Considering the fact that I played this game a lot, to capture all the footage, and to only have one crash in that amount of time is very good. Overall, the game is very stable, and the performance is also very stable. Black Hawk Down took me roughly 3 hours to beat on the operator difficulty setting. As of the current date for this recording, Black Hawk Down is not available on Good Old Games. This might change in the future. It is however available on Steam, but you have to buy the Team Sabre expansion version rather than the base game version. I'm not sure if the base game is bundled into the Team Sabre version. I would assume that it is, since Team Sabre requires the base game in order to be played. I bought the Delta Force Platinum Pack back in 2017, which gave me copies of both versions, but I can only launch the Team Sabre version nowadays. The Team Sabre version currently costs €9.99, which I wouldn't recommend buying it for. Wait until it's on sale and then buy it. To pay $9.99 for a 22-year-old game is not a great idea. In order to summarize the game, I'm going to list some positive, negative, and neutral aspects. The first positive aspect is the gameplay. The gameplay in Black Hawk Down is a good mix of casual and realistic elements. It's not a milsim, but also not a casual shooter. It has good turret sections. In most games the turret sections usually suck, but in Black Hawk Down they're good. At least on my first playthrough, and not after playing it 40 times while recording footage. Black Hawk Down also has a big variety in gameplay sequences. You'll go from being a foot soldier, to a 50 cal vehicle gunner, to a minigun wielding helicopter gunner. You'll fight in the air, on the ground, and on water. The gameplay mechanics are good, the movement is good, you have a large number of settings and keybinds which gives the player a lot of customization. The player arsenal is robust, with lots of options, although they're pretty similar to one another. The saving system is also good. Some negative parts of the gameplay would perhaps be the lack of enemy variety and the inconsistent AI, aim, and behavior. The first negative aspect is the bugs and glitches. The native 4:3 aspect ratio will produce black bars on the sides. Changing this aspect ratio is not super difficult, but requires some amount of effort. Then you have other problems, like being forced out of the little bird helicopter seat, the weapon being displayed in the middle of the screen, and the one random hard crash. The first neutral aspect is the story. As I mentioned before, the game doesn't really have a story or any considerable characters. This is something that isn't really a problem since the game is so gameplay focused, but I could also understand how some people would find the lack of story as something negative. That's why I put this in a neutral category, since it comes down to personal preference. Other than that, the dialogue is well written and recorded. The Battle of Mogadishu section has great atmosphere, but again, it's mostly because of the gameplay rather than the story. A second positive aspect is the visuals. The UI in the menus feature a visually appealing color palette, and the options in the menus are straightforward. The HUD is also great. It conveys a lot of information while occupying very little space. The graphics in general are also good. It wasn't the best looking game in 2003, but still good looking enough. There's also a lot of nice visual details, such as the tracer rounds, the 3D sniper rifle scope reflection, and the dynamic shadows. A second neutral aspect is the environments. The environments themselves are varied, but since they feature the same color palette and 3D assets, they become somewhat repetitive. From the first to the 16th mission, every map will look relatively similar. They do try to mix up the feeling of each map with the lighting system, having missions take place at different times of the day, but visually, they'll still look similar to one another. The environments are not badly made, they're just repetitive. A third positive aspect is the audio. The soundtrack for the game is very good. It features a good mix of instruments and styles. The soundtrack often takes center stage and does that well. Unfortunately, since the music is so loud, a lot of the environmental audio can't be heard. The sound effects for pretty much everything are also good. The dialogue is for most parts well recorded, but there are lines here and there that are reused, inconsistent, or recorded by a different voice actor. All in all, I'd say that Black Hawk Down is a good game, and I'd recommend it to anyone interested in older FPS games. Now, with this game summarized, I'll move on to the first and only expansion released for Black Hawk Down. That expansion is called Team Sabre. Delta Force, Black Hawk Down, Team Sabre. This expansion was developed by Ritual Entertainment and Novalogic was the publisher. Ritual Entertainment have developed other games such as Sin, the deleted scenes to Counter-Strike Condition Zero, and Sin Episodes. Team Sabre was made using the same Black Hawk Down engine as the base game. Team Sabre was first released for Windows on the 20th of January 2004. There was also a mobile version that was released on the 30th of September 2006. That version was published by Vivendi Games Mobile. The last release was a PlayStation 2 version developed by Rebellion Developments. The PlayStation 2 version was released on the 10th of November 2006. The mobile and the PlayStation 2 version were very different from the PC version. Team Sabre received a teen rating for blood and violence. Just like with the base game, I used the Steam version, which is version 1.5.0.5.
Roger, Command. Any idea what we should be expecting out there?
Unclear at this time, 5-1. The terrain has hampered our recon efforts, but we do know there will be non-combatants in the area, so check your targets.
Understood, Command.
Sounds like the start of a perfect day. Wouldn't be the first time.
Heads up back there. We're approaching a clearing that looks large enough for us to set down in. Prepare for landing.
Time to saddle up.
We're over the target.
Intel says there's a river crossing up ahead. We'll proceed there and assess the situation.
Team Sabre has a completely fictional story. It has two different campaigns, one set in Colombia and one set in Iran. In total, there are 11 missions, 5 in the Colombian campaign and 6 in the Iranian campaign. In the Colombian campaign, your main target is Antonio Paulo, the leader of a drug cartel. In the Iranian campaign, your main target is General Kolb, the leader of a rebel faction who has split from the Iranian government. The Iranian campaign also introduces a new military unit, the British Special Air Service. In Mission 1, the start of the Colombian campaign, you destroy drug-running speedboats at a harbor operated by Paulo and his cartel.
Those tracks lead toward the harbor, but it's the direct approach and probably well defended. Maybe we can find another way in.
5-1, this is Whiskey 3. We've spotted a fishing boat heading upriver. It looks like 3 potential targets on board armed with AKs. The pilot looks like an unarmed local. We can provide cover fire if needed. Please advise.
Negative, Whiskey 3. We'll handle them from here. You're clear for RTB.
Roger that, 5-1. Good luck down there. Command, Whiskey 3, returning to base.
Okay, guys, here's the game plan. We wait until that boat gets close to the shore. Then we take down the crew and cruise into the harbor. With any luck, they won't recognize us until we get in close.
Sounds great. I wasn't looking forward to swimming with the Crocs.
Are you the man?
Quiet down. They'll be all over us. Somebody shut him up.
Yes, lastimado. ¿Estás bien? Sí, estoy bien. I'm sorry. You just scared me. The smugglers, they were too drunk, so they ordered me to take him to the harbor. They work for Paulo. He makes us load drugs onto boats.
Can you take us to the harbor?
I can take you there, but please, senor, don't hurt the people from the pueblo. They're innocent.
That's the plan.
Okay, I will take you up the river, but I must warn you, there are men with guns.
You just leave them to us.
Antonio Paulo is bad.
Well, we're here to shut him down for good.
Si, good luck, amigo. Pablo has been selling cocaine for many years. No one dares to oppose him. Nadie.
Quiet. There are bound to be guard posts and patrols along these banks.
I don't think they want us fishing out here, Coach. What do we do now?
Damn it! Okay, return fire, but don't hit any civilians!
Rock and roll!
Don't relax, soldier! I see more coming!
Don't let them get away to warn the others! I think we've lost the element of surprise.
Damn it! The pilot is dead. They knew we were coming.
Look out! Machine gun fire! Watch it!
We're sitting ducks out here, Coach!
Everyone, bail out and head for the shore! We gotta find some cover out here! We'll have to continue on foot. Keep your heads down and keep moving.
Copy that, Sarge!
I'll cover you! Go, go, go! We ain't out of this yet. We need to get into that harbor and take out all the boats along that dock. None of them get out of here in one piece.
Understood.
Keep it together, team!
Okay, Coach.
Listen up, team. Everyone stick together and cover each other. None of those smugglers' ships gets out of the harbor. They're expecting us, so count on heavy resistance. Remember, there may be civilians in here somewhere, so make sure you only engage the hostiles. Command, this is 5-1. The harbor is cleared. I say again, the harbor is cleared. Requesting pickup.
Whiskey 6 is wheels up and inbound. Stand by.
With pleasure, Command. Ambush!
This is Whiskey 6. I got a visual on you. Stay clear of the LZ and I'll put it down.
Copy, Whiskey 6. Just glad we could find a hole big enough for you.
In Mission 2, you attack one of Paulo's airfields used for drug smuggling flights.
This is 2-1. Go ahead, Command.
Command to 2-1. Intel confirms that the airstrip is definitely still being used by Palo for drug flights into the U.S.
Copy, Command. They don't know what's heading their way.
3-1 will coordinate with you to seize that airstrip. No aircraft can escape, and all narcotics and weapons in the area must be destroyed. Your first objective is to shut down a small radio transmitter south of the airstrip before they can raise an alarm.
We're coming up fast on that radio transmitter station, 2-1. Orbit the site and eliminate the hostiles.
Sounds good, 3-1. We'll stay on the miniguns.
Once the perimeter's secure, infiltrate the building and disable the radio equipment so they can't warn the smugglers.
I'm not picking up any more movement on the clear. It looks quiet now, but you'd better check it out in person.
Roger that. I'll need to shut this down just in case a patrol returns to wake everyone up. Drop me into that clearing. Everyone hang tight and cover my back. I should be in and out in a hurry. 3-1, I'm dropping into the field to disable that transmitter. Maintain overwatch. This won't take long.
Roger that, 2-1.
We're on the deck. You're clear to go to work, Coach.
All right, I'm secure. Let's get to the next objective. I don't think they had time to get a message out, so we should still be okay.
Radio Columbia signing off.
Let's get moving to the next objective. We're on a very tight schedule here.
Rendezvous with my team at the LZ. A local informant has secured some trash transport for us. They'll take us closer to the airstrip, and they won't raise an alarm.
Copy, 3-1. I'll meet you at the trucks as soon as we exfil.
2-1, we have eyes on our transport. Doesn't look like they're guarded.
Copy that, 3-1. We're right behind you.
We're over the target.
Looks like we're doing the driving for a while. We'll jointly exfil when the airstrip is clear.
Roger that, 2-1. I'll be back to pick up your team later.
All right, 3-1. You take the lead and we'll cover your 6 until you break off to flank the airstrip. I'll radio you once we're in firing position.
Sounds like a plan. Good luck back there.
Not up, man. I want overlapping fields of fire in all directions. We don't know what we're driving through, so keep your eyes open and your heads down.
Heads up, we've got hostiles heading this way. Looks like smugglers with AKs.
Hold it together, team!
2-1, this is 3-1. My team will flank the airstrip from the north. Wait for our signal before you assault from the south.
Copy that, 3-1.
Will do, 3-1. I'll let you know when we are in firing position. Okay, men, we're coming up fast on the airstrip. Get into position as soon as you can, and I'll radio ahead to 3-1 to start it. Do not engage until I give the order. Understood?
2-1, this is 3-1. We spotted a grenade launcher in that watchtower up ahead.
Copy, 3-1. Thanks for the tip.
Paolo really doesn't want anyone upsetting his schedule.
Try to flank him, but don't break cover. 3-1, we are in firing position with eyes on the airstrip.
Copy, 2-1. We'll make some noise back here to draw their fire this way. Disable that plane before it takes off, and eliminate the remaining smugglers.
Understood, 3-1. Let's do this. That's our signal, men. Let's move out!
Sarge, I've got enough crates of coke here to choke a horse, and enough weapons to start your own army.
Destroy it all. No one gets Paolo's delivery today.
Sarge! That plane is getting away!
Outstanding work, men. Let's take care of the rest of these crates and call for a pickup. Your LC is clear. Standing by for exfil.
Roger that, 2-1. We'll swing back for the rest of your team before heading back to base.
2-1 to command. Airfield is secured, drug and weapon shipments destroyed. We are awaiting exfil.
Heck of a job. Now, double time it back to base.
In Mission 3, you attack one of Paulo's drug manufacturing facilities. Inside the facility, you find intel detailing a future meeting between Paulo and his lieutenants.
5-1, Command. What's your status?
Command, we are proceeding upriver and heading towards the rendezvous point as planned. We are approaching Ixtana with no sign of hostiles in the area. Are we sure this is the correct town?
Affirmative, 5-1. Ixtana contains one of Paulo's drug facilities. It must be well hidden since our overflights failed to spot anything. Be careful. We're close to the source of his operations.
Copy that, Command. We'll keep our eyes open for any activity in the area.
Be advised that there are possible civilians in the town, so check your targets before engaging. We don't want a political incident here. Link up and integrate with fire teams Bravo and Hotel and proceed inland. Once you uncover the entrance to the refinery, radio back for further instructions.
Understood. Everybody watch for patrols along the banks.
Coach, scatter up all this vegetation is making the OTH radar spotty. Sorry, but I won't be able to give you much of a heads up if hostiles are nearby.
Everybody here? I want 5-man fire teams with overlapping fields of fire. All right, let's move it out.
Watch your fields of fire, too. There are a lot of friendlies out here.
Picking up fire from that fortification!
This is it. Stack up before we head in. Check your targets and follow my lead.
Oh, man! They got a cannon in that tower!
Take out that tower, Coach!
Too many emplacements! Fire Team Bravo, flank right! Hotel, sweep left!
Check your fire! Don't... Abajo, amigos! Protegerse!
Is everybody clear?
We're all clear. Area secure.
Nice one! Outstanding work, team!
5-1 to command. We've secured the village and located what appears to be the entrance to an underground tunnel.
That must be it, 5-1. Spotters are noting a lot of hostile activity headed your way. Shut down that facility and keep an eye out for any possible intel on Paulo.
Copy, Command. Will do.
We'll form a security perimeter and hold them off up here. Get a move on!
Command, this place is pretty trashed, but I found some intel about an upcoming meeting between Paolo and his lieutenants.
You better get up here now, Coach. We've got multiple targets coming in from the south. Roger that, 5-1. We've already dispatched a Humvee convoy to extract the team. ETA, 5 minutes.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
Convoy lead to 5-1. We're pinned down by heavy fire all along the road north of your position. Looks like we're gonna be here a while.
All elements. Spotters are reporting large formations of hostiles converging on your position. Humvee convoy has been delayed. ETA 10 minutes.
Stay on that 50, soldier. We'll just have to hold out until our convoy arrives.
Everyone, hold your positions! Don't let anyone get through the perimeter!
Where is that damn convoy? 5-1, the convoy lead. What is your status?
We're breaking through the resistance and are heading your way. ETA 2 minutes.
All right, we made it!
Load up your wounded and those hostages and get out of there quick, 5-1. I want your team back here before the guerrillas regroup for another assault.
Affirmative, Command. With pleasure.
In Mission 4, you use the intel from the previous mission to try to capture Paulo at the meeting.
Nice day for a joyride, Coach. When is Command gonna give us some idea of why we're up here?
Command sometimes works in mysterious ways. Our intel may be hot or this may be a false alarm. Either way, we're still on the clock.
Don't fall asleep back there. We're coming up on hostile territory.
Copy that. Team, stay sharp.
Command to 5-1. Montana, Montana, Montana.
5-1, Montana. Roger that.
All right. We finally got the go for this operation. I can't wait to bring it to Paulo.
Make sure your stuff is strapped down.
Target in sight.
Okay, here's how we play it. The canopy is too thick for a combined operation, so we're on our own. We pop in, grab Paulo, and get the hell out of Dodge before anyone knows what happened. This guy is slippery, so make sure no one gets past us. Got it?
Check.
I've got intel coming in that says there's a meeting planned for Paulo and his lieutenants in a small village up ahead. They're all bound to be heavily armed, so they probably won't come quietly.
There may be civvies down there too, so I want everyone to watch their fire. Anyone with a weapon is a target, but we want to take Paulo alive if possible. Clear to engage enemy. Go, go, go!
Move out! So far, so good.
Am I really that good, or is this place just quiet?
Too quiet.
Don't get cocky. Paulo's around here somewhere.
Not much security for a big shot meeting. Falcon, how good's our intel?
Something's not right. We should be hitting more resistance.
Hold up while I call command. Command, this is 5-1. We are unable to locate target. How confident are we of his location?
5-1, our intel is fresh. We are very confident. We have confirmed reports that his lieutenants have entered the town to meet with local guerrillas. Proceed with your mission.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
Any idea what the meeting's supposed to be? Must be something inside the building.
All right, let's move and be careful of an ambush!
I hear you, Sergeant.
There they are.
Those are his bodyguards, all right. Where's Paulo?
I don't see Paulo anywhere.
Oh! Nice of him to throw his lieutenants to the wolves, though.
I think that's it. This outpost is clear.
Oh, damn it, we missed him!
We'll get another chance yet. Command, this is 5-1. Outpost secured and no sign of Paulo.
Copy that, 5-1. Any idea how he could have escaped?
I don't think he was ever here, Command. I think he got wind of us somehow and stayed home today.
Roger that, 5-1. Search the area for any possible intel.
Copy, Command. We'll see what we can find. All right, everyone fan out and search this place. Maybe we can salvage something from this mission.
Check.
Just what are we looking for, Coach?
I don't know, but this was supposed to be an important meeting. Maybe something here points back to Paulo. There's the site up ahead. Lay down some cover fire and I'll retrieve our man.
Over here, Coach!
Keep your head down and we'll get you out of here. Can you walk?
I'll damn well run out of here.
Command, 5-1. Requesting medevac ASAP.
Romeo 9 is badly injured and requires medical attention.
5-1, rescue team is inbound. Escort your team across the river to your east. There is a clearing on the far side of a rope bridge. Medevac can sit down there and recover the team.
Copy that, Command. Regroup on my position.
Copy that. Going in.
Command, 5-1. We are pinned down at the crash site.
Copy, 5-1. There is a series of irrigation canals a little bit to your northeast. It should offer you some better cover. Demo that bird before you leave your current position. We don't want the locals to get their hands on it.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out. Okay, everyone, follow my lead. Stay close and keep your heads down. Falcon, escort the wounded. I'm going on ahead to make a hole for us. Movement, hold it. Move up slowly.
Watch the wounded. If those crocs smell blood...
Keep your weapon dry or it may not fire. Command, what is the ETA on that medevac?
Gulf 3 will reach your position in about 3 minutes, 5-1. Head for the clearing on the far side of the river and secure the LZ.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
5-1, Gulf 3. We're coming in hot.
We're taking small arms fire.
Can you land for extraction, Gulf 3?
No can do, 5-1. There's too much RPG fire in the area.
Understood, Gulf 3. We'll try to cool down the LZ for you.
Command to 5-1. Blow that rope bridge before more hostiles try to cross. You can pick off any remaining RPGs from the far side.
Understood, Command. I've got a satchel charge. I need to plant these charges on the center span. Cover me! Okay, load up the wounded and pack it in, gentlemen. We're getting out of here.
5-1, this is Command. You should be proud of your team, son. You did good work out there today. Now head home and rest up for tomorrow.
In Mission 5, the end of the Colombian campaign, you partake in the assault on Paulo's headquarters. You successfully infiltrate Paulo's private island, eliminate him, and extract safely.
5-1, this is Command. Now that you're airborne, we can give you more details on your mission. Our operatives have looked over the coordinates in the documents you recovered, and they point to a small island just off the Colombian coast. Looks like you're gonna get a second chance at Paulo. We'll have more intel for you soon.
Outstanding, Command. We are locked and loaded and awaiting further instructions.
5-1, we don't want him rabbiting on us, so we're instructing Gulf 3 to drop your team near the shore on the south side of Paulo's private island. You are authorized to go weapons-free. Your first objective is to eliminate any escape options.
Are we sure he's at home this time, Command?
Affirmative, 5-1. Spotters offshore saw him land in his private helicopter less than an hour ago, and they have eyes on his speedboat. He's got a heavily defended villa compound somewhere inland. Paulo cannot leave this island at any cost, 5-1.
As soon as you hit the water, double time it to shore. Regroup on me. Go, go, go!
Rock and roll!
Command, Gulf 3, returning to base.
Regroup on my position.
Is everyone all clear?
Go, go, go! Get into some cover, quick!
The whole island must have heard that. We better get moving to the next objective.
Damn it! One of Paulo's little birds got airborne!
Take cover and return fire!
Man, it's amazing what you can buy with dirty money.
Roger that, Command. 5-1 to Command. We've cleared the warehouse.
Copy that. Bravo team, create a secure perimeter. 5-1, continue on mission. Our offshore spotters have your team in sight. Paulo's boathouse is just ahead of you. Get inside and take out his boat to prevent anyone from making an escape.
Roger that, Command. Paolo's not getting away that easily. There's the boathouse. We need to get in there and take out that boat so no one can get past us. Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
Good work, 5-1. He's cut off on the island, but spotters are picking up movement all over the place. It looks like the bad guys are heading inland to reinforce their defenses. Locate Paolo's private villa and start your assault.
Man, how much do you figure he spent on it? You can find out when it goes up for auction. We're closing it all down. Command, this is 5-1. We're beginning our assault. Everyone, follow my lead and cover each other. They know we're coming for Paolo, so they'll be ready for us. Clear to engage enemy. Go, go, go!
Copy that, 5-1. Good luck!
We must have some way of leveling this door.
I'm fresh out of explosives.
Command, this is 5-1. Mission accomplished. I say again, mission accomplished. Antonio Paolo has been permanently neutralized.
Roger that, 5-1. Now get yourselves down to the beach. I've ordered our spotters to get in close with the rib to extract your team. There may still be some lingering resistance, so don't let your guard down.
Copy, Command. On our way.
Stay close and check your ammo. No telling how many more bad guys are out there.
I think they're on to us, Coach. Here they come.
Keep moving. If we stop, we'll get hammered. This is it. There's our guys down on the boat.
Glad you made it.
Good work, 5-1. You've certainly earned our respect today.
In Mission 6, the start of the Iranian campaign, you recapture the airfield on Karg Island from General Cobb's rebel forces.
Echo 2-7, this is Squad HQ. Is your team in position? Over.
This is Echo 2-7. We're in position and ready to deploy.
Roger, Echo 2-7. The Ruperts have pulled out the stops for this joint operation. The Yanks have arranged a rib to pick you up once you are in the water. Onshore, link up with Delta at the RV point.
Roger HQ. We'll report once contact is established. Echo 2-7 out.
We're over the target.
Thanks for the ride, Yank.
Pleasure working with you, boys. Give 'em hell down there.
Ready, lads? Go, go, go!
Welcome aboard, gentlemen. Did you enjoy your swim?
Yeah, it's pretty cold.
Too right. It's bloody Baltic in there.
All the more reason to grab onto something.
Don't worry. Any boats we catch out here won't make it back for tea. Watch your step, lads. The buggers have mined the area. Right, men. Stay close and get to the RV. The Yanks should be waiting for us there.
Just in time. As you can see, we ran into some trouble on the way to the beach.
We're behind schedule. How can we assist?
There's a fortified airfield a little ways ahead of our position. We have 2 chalks of Rangers standing by to make an assault, but the LZ is heavily defended.
What are we up against?
Aside from a full platoon of armed guards, there are 3 Russian-made Zu-23 anti-aircraft batteries. The whole facility is on alert, so it's going to get ugly out there.
How can we level the playing field?
My team will flank the airfield from the west and get around behind them. We'll cut all power to the base so they can't coordinate their defenses, and your team can get in close and take out those guns. You're gonna need satchel charges to do the job.
No problem. My team is fully prepared and ready to take their positions.
Once we blow the generator, we'll try to draw some of their fire away from you. Once the guns are down, we'll regroup and provide cover for the Rangers. Those chalks are already inbound, so we need to get moving.
All right, lads, follow me. Stay together. Placing charges. Stand back, men. Firing charges.
1 down, 2 to go.
What is your ETA, Romeo 3? 3 minutes tops, 5-1. Command moved up the assault window.
We'll have the area cleared by then, Romeo 3.
You'd better, Echo 2-7, or this will be a very short mission.
5-1, Golf 3. We're coming in hot.
How far out are you, Golf 3?
Reckon about a minute or two.
You need to double time it to the next gun before those helos get in range.
Placing charges. Stand back, men. Firing charges.
Hey, watch where you're shooting!
Wicked. There's one more out there.
Placing charges. Stand back, men. Firing charges.
That's done it. Safe as houses. Anyone for a pint?
Not quite yet, mate. There's still plenty of targets to mop up out there.
Nice hustle out there, Echo 2-7. We'll regroup on your position and support those incoming chocks.
Here comes the cavalry!
We're over the target.
Line up on that main street. Weapons free. 5-1, Golf 3. We'll stay in the area and lay down cover fire.
5-1, we're over your position now.
Right out, cover fire, and watch the car.
We're in position. You're clear to rope down. Command, this is 5-1. The chocks are on the deck and the LZ is secured. Outstanding. You did a great job out there, 5-1. We couldn't have done it without Echo 2-7 and his team, Command. They really came through for us.
Echo 2-7, this is HQ. Excellent work, soldier. You and your men have earned that pint today.
In Mission 7, you eliminate the rest of the rebel resistance on Korg Island.
Okay, men. Now that this forward base is secure and operational, we can hit them where it really is. We're sending you out through the port city in a small convoy of Humvees. From there, you'll make your way to the docks and commandeer a patrol boat. Sergeant, is your convoy ready to roll?
Affirmative, sir.
Outstanding. Commander, the situation could get tough, so we'd like to reserve your team as additional fire support in the field.
You have the regiment's full cooperation.
5-1, your team will man the 50s on the Humvees. Once you reach the docks, you and your men will board the patrol boat and infiltrate the oil terminal. We need you to secure and protect the facility. When they've dug in, we're ready to fight.
We're on it, sir.
All right, clock's ticking. Move it out, men.
Stay on those 50s up there. We don't know what we're rolling into. Roadblock!
RPG 6 o'clock!
Our rear Humvee has been hit!
Damn it! It's a trap! Okay, stay sharp. I want everyone on grounding overwatch. We'll move to the docks nice and slow. Pilot, you will take me and my team to the oil terminal.
Come aboard. I will gladly take you to the oil terminal, as long as I have your word that you will protect my boat. I welcome Americans.
You're doing the right thing by helping us. We will protect you as long as we can.
There's a patrol boat in that cove up ahead, starboard side.
I see it. Pilot, keep it slow and steady so we can thin out their defenses. Everyone, conserve your ammo and watch your targets.
I hear you, Sarge. Man, look at them all!
5-1 to command. We are encountering heavier resistance than expected. Requesting air support.
Roger that, 5-1. We're sending some help your way.
We're too exposed out here on the water. Pilot, just get us to that dock and then get the hell out of here.
Good luck, Americans.
RPGs on the oil storage tanks, coach!
5-1, this is Whiskey 6. I got a visual on you. We'll circle your position and suppress some of this resistance.
5-1, there's a convoy of BBLs and transports heading down the road from an outpost northeast of your position. You must prevent them from retaking that oil terminal at all costs.
Roger that, Command. They won't get past us.
5-1 to command. We're approaching RV point, encountering heavy fire from inland positions.
Emplacements all over those hills up ahead.
Move up slow, and we'll take them out, one at a time.
5-1, you're nearing the outpost. Eliminate all resistance and demo the remaining BBLs.
5-1 to command. Mission accomplished.
Nicely done, 5-1. This island is secure. Hold your position and we'll send a transport out to get your team back to base.
In Mission 8, you recapture oil drilling platforms off the coast of Karg Island. You also rescue the oil workers who are held hostage.
5-1 to command. We have arrived at the RV. The ribs are all in position.
Load up, 5-1. We don't want to hold up the rest of the assault teams. We'll radio back when you get closer to the rig.
Roger that, Command. 5-1 out.
Command to 5-1. What's your sit rep?
We're coming up on the drilling platform now. Bravo team has made it to the RV without tripping an alarm, and Charlie team is headed west to the other rig.
Excellent, 5-1. And just remember, there are civilian oil workers being held hostage somewhere on board those platforms. Now, all hell is going to break loose once your teams start their entries, so watch your fire.
Roger that. I have eyes on multiple targets. Command, am I cleared to engage?
You are authorized to engage targets, 5-1.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out. Circle around the rig slowly and I'll pick off some of these hostiles. That's all I can do from here. Bravo team, stack up at the docking gantry. 5-3, you've got point.
Copy that, coach.
You've got to go topside to secure the helipad.
Let's take them down!
Textbook entry. Stick to me. Check your corners and watch for civilians. Okay, team, guard this helipad. I'll bring the hostages to this location so you can cover them until the helos arrive.
Got it, coach. No problem.
I've got a hostage over here.
لطفاً به من شلیک نکنید. هر کاری بخوای براتون میکنم.
Farsi sopak nikani.
Yes, I speak English. Please get me out of here.
Just stay low and follow me. I've got another civilian here.
لطفاً به من شلیک نکنید. هر کاری بخوام براتون میکنم.
Farsi sopak nikani.
Americans, don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Follow me. We'll get you out of here.
Command to 5-1. Spotters are picking up hostile patrol boats converging on your location.
Copy that, Command. Keep your eyes open for enemy boats.
Command to 5-1. Now that the hostages are secured, plant satchel charges on those missile launchers.
Roger that, Command. I'll wait until I'm airborne before I detonate.
Romeo 9-1 to 5-1, we have eyes on the hostages. We are coming in for an extraction. Keep that helipad secure.
Roger that, Romeo 9-1. We'll keep it clear for you.
Coach, I've got hostiles assaulting the helipad. Get over here, quick!
Romeo 9-1. While I place these charges, set down for a quick extraction.
Copy, 5-1. Starting our descent to the helipad.
I'm on my way. Don't let them get to that helo. 5-1 to command. Hostages secure and we are ready to return to base.
Nice work, 5-1. When you are clear of the rig, blow the charges and come on home.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out.
What are you waiting for? Light that thing!
In Mission 9, you attack a convoy from a chemical refinery that produces nerve agents. You're tasked with securing the nerve agents and delivering them to a nearby UN base.
5-1, this is command. Victor 3 will infill your team to a suspected chemical weapons facility. Once on the ground, watch for a vehicle convoy and radio for further instructions.
Affirmative, Command. We'll be in position before they roll out.
Rebels are moving the weapons out of this theater to avoid detection. Escort any evidence of chemical weapons back to the UN outpost to the south.
Roger, Command. Any intel on their fortifications?
They shouldn't know we're coming, 5-1. Golf 6 will provide fire support.
Victor 3, this is Golf 6. Follow our lead. We'll parallel a coastal pipeline until it heads inland.
Roger that, Golf 6. We got your back.
Eyes open back there. We're taking small arms fire from that village up ahead.
Taking heavy fire!
Command, 5-1. Are we clear to engage hostiles?
That is affirmative. All units, you are clear to return fire.
All right, man. Let's shut them down.
Copy that. Gonna do a quick look here. Ready on those miniguns.
Victor 3, Golf 6. We're coming around for another run.
All right, time for some action.
Victor 3, our intel must be off. This coastline is a lot better defended than we were told. It looks like rebels have taken the port up ahead. We'll both take out as many hostiles as we can before you have to break for the LZ.
Copy that, Golf 6. Starting our approach now.
Concentrate your fire on the vehicle. We don't want these guys following us.
Whoa! Taking machine gun fire!
We need to take out that vehicle.
The pipeline is turning inland. We must be getting close.
Golf 6, we need to head to the LZ. Cover our backs while we deploy.
Roger that. We'll secure the area for you.
Copy, Golf 6. Just buying some time and then head back to base. Victor 3 out. We're over the target.
Thanks for the ride. We'll see you back at the base.
Command, Victor 3. Returning to base. Roger that, Victor 3. Clear for RTB.
All right, men. Move it out. Our rally point is to the northeast. Once we get there, I'll radio command for instruction. Keep your eyes open for that convoy while I radio the base. Command, this is 5-1. Do you copy?
5-1. What's your status?
We have reached the rally point and have eyes on the target. Please advise.
Copy that, 5-1. Locate and identify the trucks hauling chemical weapons to the east. Do not engage these vehicles, as their contents are highly dangerous. Do you understand, 5-1?
Affirmative, Command. Do not engage chemical trucks.
The convoy will stop at a station to the east of your position. Eliminate the technicals at the checkpoint, then commandeer the trucks and radio for further instructions.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out. Let's just hope they're surprised to see us. Okay, man, check your targets. Take out those technicals and the VBLs, but don't hit the chemical trucks. All right, let's take them out.
Please don't shoot. Don't shoot me. I'll take you where you need to go. I give you truck. I surrender. Just don't shoot.
Command, 5-1. We have control of the chemical trucks and are awaiting further orders.
Outstanding, 5-1. Escort those trucks to the UN outpost to the south and turn them over to the inspectors.
Copy, Command. On our way. You heard the man. Let's move out.
Coach, we'll be passing those villages we stirred up on the way in.
You got it. The rebels will do whatever they can to stop us from reaching that outpost. They're trying to destroy the evidence. We can't let the rebels hit these trucks. Defend them at all costs.
Unidentified vehicle convoy. This is United Nations Observation Post 424. Little Bird told us you have a present for UN Movic. What is your status?
We're headed your way with about a dozen cylinders of nerve gas.
Great work. We'll take it off your hands now. We've been trying to get a hold of this evidence for weeks now.
And we're glad to turn these damn things over to you. I don't think any of us enjoyed the ride.
5-1, this is command. Your team did good out there today. Now return to base and get some rest.
In Mission 10, you respond to an attack carried out by Cobb's rebel forces. They have planted explosives on wellheads inside a oil field. You have to eliminate all the rebels, extinguish any fires, and secure the wellheads.
5-1, Command. What's your status?
Command, our convoy is inbound to Objective Alpha. Do we have any more intel on the target?
Not much, 5-1. Spotters have reported that rebels are holding up around the wellhead. They're planning charges in case Coalition forces get too close. They've already started a few fires to show how serious they are. So get in there quick and retake those wellheads.
Copy, Command. Can you give us a sit rep?
These rebels are desperate, 5-1. They'll blow the rest of those wellheads before they give them up. That's why you're linking up with elements from the 22nd SAS-C Squadron already in position. They can help you repel the defenders long enough to get the firefighting specialists in to put out the fires.
Roger that, Command. I'll check in once we link up with the SAS. 5-1 out.
Convoy 4-2 to all units. All units report in. 4-3 standing by.
4-4 standing by.
4-5 standing by. 4-6 standing by. 4-7 standing by. 4-8 standing by.
5-1, you back with us?
Roger that, 4-2. Just like old times.
Copy, 5-1. Good to have you aboard.
I appreciate the ride, 4-2.
All units, we are approaching Objective Alpha. Be prepared for incoming technicals. Spotters have seen a large force mobilizing in this area. They may be looking for us.
Heads up, Coach. They're picking up targets up ahead. Keep on that 50.
Just keep up with the rest of the convoy and avoid as many potholes as you can. I'll worry about any targets.
Wow, pretty smoky down there.
The rebels have opened up the wellhead and started fires all over this oil field. Contact! 3 o'clock! Snipers on the junction! Left side!
Man, they're just waiting for us.
Looks like that was the last of them.
Convoy 4-2 to all units. Is everyone clear? Looks like we're all clear. 5-1. We'll drop off your team here before we have to head out to Objective Bravo. Good luck.
Roger, Convoy Lead. Team 1 is moving out. 5-1 to command. We have arrived at Objective Alpha. No sign of the SAS. Awaiting further instruction.
Hold your position while we verify, 5-1. SAS is reporting in just north of your position. They hitched a ride with a small ranger convoy and are awaiting your arrival. Now get a move on out there, boys. Spotters are picking up masses of troops and vehicles headed in your direction.
Copy that. Team, stay sharp and follow me. That's our rendezvous point up ahead. We'll link up and provide support for the SAS.
Glad you blokes could make it. We can use the help.
Sorry, we got delayed on the way in. What's the situation?
The rebels have planted timed charges on several of these wellheads, sir.
Can you disarm them?
It's a bit dodgy. They're not meant to be messed with. Give it a go, just don't budge it.
No worries, mate. It's sorted. He may be off his head, but he's good at sorting that stuff. Suss it no time.
Right. I need a detail of this site. We'll escort the gangs to the next wellhead.
Those rebels are out to prove a point. They figure that if they can't hold those wellheads and force the coalition to back down, they'll try to take them out at all costs.
Yeah, but at the cost of their lives? Millions of tons of petrol. Odd thing. What are you trying to say?
That oil is the only thing these people have to bargain with. They don't have the firepower to take on the rest of the world directly, so they try to control the one thing they can hold over us.
Looks like we've got another mess to sort out here, lads. I'm on this one, sir. Sod it! The boys follow.
We got a man down!
Command, 5-1 has a man down. I say again, man down. Requesting immediate medevac, over.
5-1, medevac has been dispatched and is on its way. Hold your position until we can pick him up. Over. Command, search and rescue is wheels up and inbound to the casualty location now.
Get this man onto the medevac now!
2-1, proceed on mission. We'll take care of the wounded. Command, we are moving to extract the wounded now. 5-1, what's your sit rep?
The wounded are being evac'd out now, Command. We're securing the area.
Copy that, 5-1. We have a new directive for your team. We have a crew of firefighting specialists en route to your position. Your team is to escort these men to the wellhead controls. Provide cover long enough for them to cut off the fuel supply to those fires. Understood, 5-1?
Understood, Command. That should buy us some time, Golf 3. Are you able to set down now?
Affirmative, as long as the LZ is clear.
It is for now. Get that thing on the deck before we have more company.
We have to get in close to those fires to reach the emergency shut-off valve. Lead the way!
You heard the man. Lay down some fire and keep an eye out for more of those suicide troops. These guys have a job to do.
We're secure here, sir. The fire is contained and under control.
Outstanding, soldier. Keep your head down and we'll call for an extraction. Command, this is 5-1. Mission accomplished. The fires are out and the location is secure. Requesting immediate evac.
Job well done, 5-1. Convoy 4-2 is approaching your position. Rendezvous with Convoy, extract the rest of the SAS, and return to base.
In Mission 11, the end of the Iranian campaign, and also the end of the game, you attack a stronghold that General Cobb and his rebel forces have retreated to. You have to destroy 3 AA guns, rescue a captured Delta Force operative, and eliminate General Cobb himself.
Command to all units, you are headed into rebel-held territory. Exercise extreme caution. The rebels have fortified a medieval stronghold town. The enemy is dug in good and will fight to the last man.
Roger that, Command. Any chance we can get some air support?
Negative, 5-1. The rebels have the area covered by 3 Soviet Zu-23 anti-aircraft guns. That's all that 6-1 was able to report before his capture by General Kalb. Attempt to locate and retrieve 6-1 if he is still alive and eliminate General Kalb.
Copy, Command. Are we sure that General Kalb is at this location?
Affirmative, 5-1. This is their last stand. They've got nowhere else to hide. Your first objective is to demo those guns so we can provide support for your team.
Copy that, Command. We're going to need it. 5-1 out. Stay close and cover each other. I want bounding overwatch and overlapping fire at all times. Take cover here and I'll try to get through this smoke. All right, it's safe to move up. Stick together. We don't want to get lost in these slums.
RPG on the right!
Make a break for that barricade ahead!
Watch my back. I'm going to find a way onto the rooftop to spot those AAAs.
Careful up there, Coach.
Everything okay up there, Coach? One down, 2 more to go. I think I spotted another one on the rooftop about 120 meters northeast of here.
Oh man, will you look at that?
We've got to break into that fortress?
You need to take out that AAA before we move on, Coach.
Stay here, and I'll scout out the courtyard up there. Okay, move it up.
I think I saw one back there, Coach.
Everyone, reload and stock up while I check out this rooftop.
Can you spot the last AA gun, Coach?
RPGs, Coach. One on the rooftop and one in the street.
Peel that RPG!
I'm moving up for a better shot.
Where in the hell did they get this? Oh!
Damn, that old courtyard is swarming with RPGs!
They must have got a group discount.
Two
on your side!
6-1, are you okay?
They worked me over pretty bad. I'm gonna need some help out of here.
5-1 to command. I've located 6-1. He's injured, and we need an immediate medevac.
Good work, 5-1. We're dispatching Caesar now. As soon as you demo that last AAA, they can get close enough to attempt to extract the wounded.
Roger that, command. Team, cover 6-1 and hold this position until Caesar arrives.
Dispatching search and rescue team now.
Command, search and rescue inbound to Kazivac LZ.
Weapons cache, Coach!
Breakout ammo for everyone. I'm going upstairs to take out the last AAA on the roof. One to command. Air defenses have been neutralized. I say again, air defenses have been neutralized. We could really use that Caesar now, command.
Roger that, 5-1. They're on their way with some air support. Proceed on mission into the stronghold.
Copy, command. 5-1 out.
Caesar 251, hold your fire. We're over your position. We'll set down in the courtyard in front of your building.
Don't worry about your man, 5-1. We'll stay here and cover him till Caesar can extract. Proceed on mission.
That's right. Come dawn, he'll be as white as rain.
Romeo 08 to 5-1. We have you in sight. We'll lay down some fire for you.
Juliet 2-8, starting our attack run now.
Foxtrot 6-9, coming in hot, weapons free.
Woo-hoo-hoo! About time! Outstanding!
All right, men. While those birds are running interference for us, I'll scout ahead. I need some cover out here!
RPGs on the rooftop!
I've got another weapons cache here, Coach!
And we're gonna need it. There's RPGs all over the street level.
Take cover! I'll try to draw them out into the open. All right, stack up, team. We're going in. Everyone clear? Cover me. I'm going up after the general.
Good luck, Coach.
Hazır دارن میان. بیا بالا آمریکایی. بیا بمیر. هوای ژنرال رو داشته باش. حقته که بمیری.
Command, this is 5-1. Mission accomplished. I say again, mission accomplished.
5-1, with General Kalb dead, the rest of the resistance should crumble. This fight is over. Your team did an outstanding job out there today, 5-1.
Just doing our job, Command. But I don't want to have to go through that again anytime soon.
The story of Team Sabre is extremely basic. At least with Black Hawk Down you had some real life historical context that in a sense fleshed out the story. But since Team Sabre is completely fictional, it doesn't provide a lot of context, which makes the story very thin and unfulfilling. The same thing applies to the villains. In Black Hawk Down, the main villain was General ID'd, which again has some real life context. But in Team Sabre you have Antonio Paulo and General Kalb, who are not fleshed out whatsoever, which makes them fall flat as villains. Honestly, not just the story feels basic and rushed, the whole expansion does. Certain things that they try to do different is making the missions a lot longer and more thematic. Some missions in both campaigns follow each other. For example, missions 6, 7 and 8 directly follow each other in terms of story, similarly to how in Black Hawk Down you had the 5 missions of Operation Gothic Serpent that followed each other. The missions in Team Sabre also feel more cinematic than the missions of the base game. Here you'll see more gameplay moments where characters are interacting with the environment or each other to make it feel more realistic. Speaking of the missions, in Mission 1 there's a section where you can decide whether to ride along in a boat or continue on foot while attacking Paulo's harbor. It's nice that they create gameplay elements that are affected by the player, but generally speaking it doesn't matter if you ride the boat or not. Mission 3 has a section where you have to defend the facility against waves of enemies. This section is bad. It goes on for way too long, and with the number of rocketeers that are going to spawn, you end up dying to random across the map rockets, which forces you to have to replay this section over and over. I'm not a big fan of this section. Now mission 3 has one bad section, but that mission is followed by mission 4, which is the worst mission in the expansion and in comparison to the base game's missions. The mission objectives are not clear and keep switching around all the time. The level design is dumb and the enemy spawns are even dumber. It looks like a map thrown together in an hour or so. It just feels cheap and is a very frustrating mission to play. It feels like they put this mission in the game to pad the playtime. Another questionable mission is mission 8. If you've played Ritual Entertainment's game Sin, you'll recognize the intro to this mission. It's basically a 1x1 copy of a mission section in Sin, where you're riding around a oil rig in a boat, eliminating unsuspecting enemies before boarding the oil rig. I can understand taking inspiration from someone else's game and implementing that into your game, but taking a section from your own previous game and then making a replica of that in your new game, this just feels cheap. The boat ride itself is also painfully slow. Then, when you're rescuing the hostages, you have to escort them to the helipad, while their pathfinding is very inconsistent, where they'll often get stuck on things. It's the same thing for the finale, where you're planting explosives on the missile batteries. Sometimes they blow up on their own, failing the mission. Sometimes I failed the mission because too many friendlies died, and I couldn't even tell who those friendlies were supposed to be. And one time I successfully planted the charges, but the helicopter wouldn't take off, which means that I couldn't detonate the charges because we'd all blow up. A very inconsistent mission overall. Mission 9 is also not great. You're supposed to remain undetected by the facility to lure out the nerve agent transport convoy, yet you land close to the facility in a Black Hawk helicopter and mow down countless enemy patrols using loud firearms and explosives. How does that make any sense? You also have to follow the waypoint in order for the convoy to spawn and move out. Yet the level design clearly funnels you towards an intersection that you're supposed to be at later in the level. This confused me and I failed the mission a few times before realizing that I had to walk back and walk into the trigger that makes the convoy spawn and move out. Mission 10 also has some problems. The intersection is really strong, where you're moving into the oil field with the convoy. After this, you're supposed to protect the next convoy from ambushes. This is where enemies spawn in really fast over a hill and kill you almost immediately. Later on, you're supposed to protect the wellhead from being rammed by cars. The message pops up in the feed, and then 5 seconds later, the cars ram the wellhead. How are you supposed to see where these cars are coming from in 5 seconds, have the time to react, and also take out all 3 of them? This is probably why they give you 9 saves in total for that mission, since you have to save after every encounter to figure out each section and not die. At the end of the mission, you're also just milling around, waiting for characters to carry out their tasks while you wait. And lastly, mission 11, which is not a bad mission, but by far the most difficult mission in the expansion and in comparison to the base game's missions. In this mission, you're given only 3 saves, which is way too little. The mission is too long for that, and all the sections that you can and will die on are too numerous for only 3 saves. There's probably more Rocketeers in this mission than in the whole expansion, and if you felt like the Rocketeers were annoying in Black Hawk Down, then try to play this mission. As you know, these Rocketeers will insta-kill you in 1 hit. They don't even have to be that accurate because of the splash damage. There's also a ton of normal enemies at awkward angles. There's 50 cal emplacements that one-shot you, scattered throughout the level, often in choke points where you're forced to go. There's also a number of minigun emplacements. This mission is an extreme spike in difficulty. It took me roughly 40 minutes to make it through this mission, and I died plenty of times, at least in the double digits. That's it for the missions and the story. In Team Sabre, the gameplay is almost identical to Black Hawk Down. so it's not easy to point out any differences. Most of the differences or potential problems I already pointed out in the previous section. One small difference is that there are more objectives in every mission. In Black Hawk Down, the missions were pretty straightforward and usually had one major objective and maybe one or two smaller objectives along the way. In Team Sabre, there's more smaller objectives along the way, but there's also completely optional sections that you can avoid. I'm referring to the optional boat ride in Mission 1. Other than that, you still have the same gameplay elements as in Black Hawk Down. You have the turret sections, the on-foot sections, the riding on the back of a truck section, and so forth. The only thing that doesn't return is the little bird shooting sequences, where you're riding along on the side while firing on enemies below. There's also section designs that are unique to the expansion, such as surviving against waves of enemies in Mission 3. You never had that in the base game. When it comes to the player's arsenal, you have 3 new primary weapons. You also have 2 new weapon emplacements. There's also new vehicles. There's actually more enemy vehicles introduced than friendly ones. For you and your friendlies, you have the Rib Boat and the Pavlo helicopter. The enemies have the VBL light armored vehicle, Polo's drug plane, Polo's little bird helicopter, and enemy shore patrol boats. They also have Polo speedboats, but they're not used at any point in the campaign. Other gameplay changes is that the armory menu appear way more often in Team Sabre than Black Hawk Down. In Black Hawk Down, it only appeared one time in one mission. In Team Sabre, it shows up frequently in multiple missions and multiple times in the same mission. Things that are similar between the expansion and the base game is that the enemy and squad AI is the same, and the saving system is also the same. That's it for the gameplay, very similar between the 2 titles. In Team Sabre, you have the same 3 difficulty levels as the base game: easy, normal, and operator. The effects for each difficulty setting is also the same. However, Team Sabre in general is way more difficult than Black Hawk Down. The missions are much longer, which means more sections to die on, or potential mistakes that you can make. They're often 2 to 3 times as long, containing more trial and error sections. You also have less saves per mission, which is something that is definitely going to affect your playstyle. A lot less room to be reckless, unless you want to replay the same sections over and over. In most missions, the smaller number of saves is not a problem, except for the last mission. All the other missions are doable with the smaller number of saves. Other than the longer missions and the decreased number of saves, Team Sabre is extremely similar to Black Hawk Down in terms of the difficulty levels themselves. However, the general difficulty, affected primarily by the gameplay and the level design, make Team Sabre way more difficult than the base game. Visually, Team Sabre introduces a lot more color than what was used in Black Hawk Down. In Black Hawk Down, it was mostly yellow and brown colors, with the occasional green added in. But in Team Sabre, they add in a lot more green into the environments. This primarily has to do with the setting. The base game was set in Somalia and had to adhere to that environmental style, whereas Team Sabre has missions set in Colombia. The Colombian mission introduces green jungles with lush vegetation. This is a stark contrast to Somalia. The Iranian missions you'd think would look more similar to the Somalian ones, but they don't. They also introduce a lot more greenery, as in grass and palm trees. The only missions in the Iranian campaign that look similar to the Somalian ones are the last 2 missions, But the difference in those missions is that they introduce a new orange-looking skybox that looks fantastic, which really changes the moods for those missions and make them feel distinct from the Somalian ones. In terms of color, the expansion looks way better. Here's some footage of the environments to illustrate this. There's also a lot more darker maps. In the base game you only really had one mission that was dark enough to warrant the use of the night vision. But in Team Sabre there's numerous sections of missions that are very dark where night vision has to be used, which I think is an improvement. It justifies the inclusion of the night vision a lot more. More footage to illustrate the darker lighting. The new weapons have animations that look a lot smoother than the old ones, but they're also a lot faster, which makes them feel a bit janky. This new animation style does not fit the old style, and they feel somewhat out of place. If no one told you which weapons were a part of Black Hawk Down or Team Sabre, you could easily guess just based on the animations. You also have worse looking character models for the new characters. There's way less detail in the modeling and the textures don't look as good. You can also notice that the old models have animated mouths that move while talking, which the new models don't have.
There's a fortified airfield a little ways ahead of our position. We have 2 chalks of Rangers standing by to make an assault, but the LZ is heavily defended. What are we up against?
Nice day for a joyride, Coach. When is Command gonna give us some idea of why we're up here?
All right, we finally got the go for this operation. I can't wait to bring it to power.
The maps themselves feel kinda rushed. It's a varying quality for each map. Some maps feel polished, whereas other maps feel like they've been thrown together in a rush, which can often be seen in the level design layout. Mission 4 in particular feels like something that I could have thrown together in Unreal Engine in like an hour. There's also small visual mistakes such as flickering textures at the start of Mission 6, or the waypoint name not being defined in Mission 3.
Echo 2-7, this is Squad HQ. Is your team in position? Over?
This is Echo 2-7. We're in position and ready to...
5-1, Command. What's your status?
Command, we are proceeding upriver and heading towards the rendezvous point as planned. We are
All in all, the visuals are a mixed bag. Some things improved, while other things were made worse. Most sound effects from the base game reappear in Team Sabre, simply because they reuse a bunch of assets, which is fine. There are new sound effects for the new weaponry and vehicles, and those sound effects are good as per usual, especially the new firearms, who have a way more punchy sound effect while firing. Team Sabre has a new soundtrack that is roughly 40 minutes long. The soundtrack was composed by Zach Bellica. I'm not sure about the pronunciation of his last name, but he also composed music for Sin, Command & Conquer Renegade, Counter-Strike Condition Zero, Sin Episodes, Bulletstorm, Gears of War 3, and Fortnite. This time around the music is used more sparingly, which allows the ambient background noise to come forward, which is great. And when the music is used, it's not blaring and used more in the background, which is also an improvement. The music itself sounds a lot different than in Black Hawk Down. It feels more action-driven and Hollywood-esque in comparison to the often folk and tribalistic music in the base game. These songs illustrate the differences. And lastly, in terms of audio, the dialogue. The dialogue is way more inconsistent than in Black Hawk Down. In the base game, you rarely had the occasional reused voice lines, whereas in Team Sabre, they reuse voice lines all over the place. A lot of them are ripped straight from the base game itself.
Keep your weapon dry or it may not fire. Keep your weapon dry or it may not fire.
Charge. I need to plant these charges on the center span. Cover me. Sending on us, over. I need to plant these charges on the center span. Cover me. This is it. There's our guys down on the boat. This is it. There's our guys down on the boat.
In Black Hawk Down, there was also some differences in the volume or quality of the voice line recordings, but in Team Sabre that aspect is even worse. There's also lines recorded by different voice actors stitched together here and there. In Black Hawk Down that only happened once, in the last mission, but in Team Sabre it is way more prevalent.
Command, this place is pretty trashed, but I found some intel about an upcoming meeting between Paolo and his lieutenants.
Nice day for a joyride, Coach. When is Command gonna give us some idea of why we're up here?
Command sometimes works in mysterious ways. Our intel may be hot or this may be a false alarm. Either way, we're still on the clock.
What are we up against?
Aside from a full platoon of armed guards, there are 3 Russian-made Zu-23 anti-aircraft batteries. The whole facility is on alert, so it's going to get ugly out there.
How can we level the playing field?
My team will flank the airfield from the west and get around behind them. We'll cut all power to the base so they can't coordinate their defenses, and your team can get in close and take out those guns. You're gonna need satchel charges to do the job.
No problem. Roger that. I have eyes on multiple targets. Command, am I cleared to engage?
You are authorized to engage targets, 5-1.
Copy, Command. 5-1 out. Circle around the rig slowly and I'll pick off some of these hostiles.
That's it for the audio. Team Sabre has the same aspect ratio as Black Hawk Down, so in order to fix that, refer to the bugs and glitches section of the base game, and by fixing that, you'll get the same type of issues. Generally speaking, you can expect the same type of performance from Team Sabre as Black Hawk Down. I had the occasional FPS drop here and there, but it mostly ran absolutely fine. Since there are no little birds in the expansion, you won't have the problem of getting kicked out of the seat, and I didn't experience a single hard crash. Not much else to really say or add. Team Sabre took me around 4 hours to beat on the operator difficulty setting. Almost 1 hour of that was spent on the final mission. Just like with Black Hawk Down, Team Sabre is not available on Good Old Games, and not available on Steam as a standalone product. It requires the base game in order to be played, and is bundled into the same package as the base game on Steam. The Team Sabre version costs $9.99, which again, I wouldn't recommend buying it for. Wait until it's on sale. In order to summarize Team Sabre, I'm going to list some positive, negative, and neutral aspects in comparison to Black Hawk Down. The first positive aspect is the gameplay. The gameplay is still good. It's made better in some regards, such as the more cinematic gameplay where characters interact more with each other, and the environment. You also have the optional mission sections that can be skipped or played through depending on the player's actions. You have new primaries and weapon emplacements, and the armory menu is used way more. Two negative parts of the gameplay is the removal of the little bird shooting sequences and some annoying mission sections. The first negative aspect is the story. The story is extremely simplistic. To be fair, the story in the base game wasn't that fleshed out anyways, but Team Sabre is even worse in that regard. Black Hawk Down's story at least had some real life context, but Team Sabre lacks that since it's completely fictional. Nothing considerable happens in terms of events, and there are no significant fleshed out characters. The first neutral aspect is the bugs and glitches. Obviously bugs and glitches are always bad, but in comparison to the base game, Team Sabre is slightly better. The native 4:3 aspect ratio is still a potential problem. The performance is the same, with the occasional FPS drops. but since they removed the Little Bird helicopters, you'll at least not have a problem with entering the seed anymore. Other than that, the two titles are very similar. A second positive aspect is the audio. It's still good in Team Sabre. A new soundtrack is included, which is cool, but I'd still say that the Black Hawk Down soundtrack is way better. There's some nice new sound effects, primarily for the new weaponry. However, most of the sound effects are reused. Some of the dialogue is good in terms of the actual recording, and some of it is bad. Overall, the audio is still good. A second neutral aspect is the visuals. One positive part is that they introduce a lot more color into the environments, primarily because of where the new missions are set. The missions also have more darker lighting, which forces you to use the night vision, which I also like. Some of the maps are not good, and some of them are great. The new character models are also worse, with worse modeling, textures, and worse animations. And that concludes Team Sabre in this video. I'd highly recommend Black Hawk Down if you're interested in older FPS games. Team Sabre I wouldn't necessarily recommend, not because it's bad or anything, but it feels like a tacked on expansion released for a commercially successful game just to cash in on the original game's success. But as I said, it's not that bad, so still play it if you feel like it, but if you decide to skip it, you're not really missing out on anything. And that's it, thanks for watching.